1 minute. It's like no, 75 pushes the thing in 1 minute or something like that. It's like 70 sit-ups in like a minute, and then I think it's 10 pull-ups in under a minute, and then I think it's a mile in under 8:30. So the mile, I know for sure that's not a big deal.
You got the mile.
Yeah, the mile's not easy. I was already doing it when we were doing our Nike run shit. But I haven't ran since. Like I haven't done any running, so I probably have to once I get it going. That's not an issue.
Shit.
The sit-ups, I did some today just because that's what I'm doing right now. So I'm changing my workout for every other day. I'm doing upper body, and it's just going to consist of that. So pull-ups, push-ups, and sit-ups I'm doing like every other day just in general.
113 burpees a day, Doug. You should be straight.
Hell yeah, you should work out with Cisco. I feel as a Joe workout.
I incorporate when I do my hit exercises and when I do my leg day.
This fool Carrick started doing burpees on a daily, 100 burpees a day, and he bikes it to work. That motherfucker skinny again.
Yeah, well, burpees are dope as fuck because they're full body, and it's your own body weight. So let's
like, hey man, when are you gonna do these burpees? I'm like, I'm in quarantine.
Burpees,
what you talking about?
Jumping jacks. Basically, they help get your like just doing those two things, you'll be Gucci. But yeah,
we're live, boys.
Yeah, we're live. That's slowly, guys. But let's go.
Well, so I started doing that today. Basically starting new, and I'm counting my macros again. I'm starting today at 161 pounds. So, and that's that I did. I did later in the day with food. So like I'm sure like in the morning when you go, because the way that they do it, they check your weight. That's why they tell you not to eat or whatever within 12-hour period, so you can do your actual weight, right? And so I'm probably like around 159, 160.
What up, Daisy?
So I'm starting that way.
Guys? What up, Glenn? What up, Emmanuel?
Oh yeah.
Fight guys. What up, Fernando?
So I'm doing with macros again. That annoying bullshit.
Yeah. Macros.
Macros, acros, all types of rackles. Oh shit, we're on YouTube, huh?
Yeah, we're on YouTube.
Yeah, we just got live. Oof. Damn, that Dodger Stadium picture is beautiful.
A ver.
I guess sucks because this season, I don't even want to talk about
the
baseball.
Astros are gonna get their ass. What? I can't wait. They're still gonna get.
Well,
are they still having a season?
I was gonna experience my first fucking spring training this year, dog. And
dang, dog, don't even talk to me. Shut up.
What up, G's in Atlanta? You doing all right? We'll get into it in a minute.
What up, Manny from Cedar, Alex, LAGs, Daisy, Fernando. Oh, Fernando for the first time. He hit me up the other day. He's so excited. He's like, I'm watching How I Met Your Mother for the first time. Have you guys watched it?
Yeah, that shit.
I never finished
I've seen the entire thing.
I never finished that shit.
That series? You never watched it, Rudy?
So I started watching it and it was cool. And then somebody spoiled the ending for me, and they said it really sucked, and that kind of discouraged me from watching.
You know what? I will say, and if anyone watches How I Met Your Mother and it's been here and has seen the entire thing, net stupid as fuck, the dumbest shit ever. Because you already know the ending.
Hold on, don't ruin it. Don't ruin it. Fernando's watching it. Don't ruin it.
Yeah, tell him to put himself on mute for 5 minutes.
Nah,
no spoilers. People watching shit right now, so don't kill it for nobody.
When the fuck do I care?
What up, Eddie?
This motherfucker. I forget though. This motherfucker don't change, huh?
Yeah, what?
I'm over here expecting a new angel, dog.
Not the fuck.
I've never seen an episode.
Yo, so for everybody in the chat right now, we're trying out a new setup. We're using Zoom because it's a lot taxing on our setup. So we don't have all the shit we used to have. We don't have all the bells and whistles just yet. But moving forward, we should have. So we'll hang out for another 5 minutes or so, just chatting with you guys. And then we'll kick off the show. You probably won't see the intro video today, but we'll get that right. Just trying to see it. Let us know what you think of the streams. Does it look good? Is your scene is good?
Personally, on our end, it's even better just because Skype is super demanding.
Yeah.
Like right now, I love the fact that I can see you guys actually move.
Yeah.
Yo, Eddie, how's community, Doug? How is it? I've been wanting to, but I can't get myself to click on that shit.
That's another show I watched, but I watched it before DVR. So like I didn't see the whole thing. You know what I mean? Because it was.
What's Community?
You never seen Community?
It's a show. I don't know. It's like a comedy, I guess. It's on Netflix. You just dropped that shit not too long ago.
Yeah.
Is it like Parks and Recreations?
Kind of. I love Parks and Rec though.
Parks and Rec is my shit too.
Yeah.
We haven't started, right?
Yeah, we're live.
We're live, but we're not.
We haven't started. Like we haven't started the podcast yet. So we're just kind of hanging out. Right now.
I think I also look better because I did what Rudy said and I downloaded the desktop versions. For,
Thank you.
Yeah, for all my shit. I mean, we had a lot of downtime, so I was like, all right, let me do this. So I did that. clean out my
Oh,
laptop. did a lot
like
of
the
shit.
drivers and all that shit. The
No.
drivers
So
for
so
your
he actually
webcam?
downloaded the apps because he was running it through the
Oh
browser.
no shit.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Hey, George, Cheesy said he sent his
up?
question in late. So just heads up.
I still haven't. I've looked through
Oh,
them,
for
but
sure.
as long as they're in by the time I'm reading them, your shit's gonna get read. Unless you're Romo.
Unless you're Romo, accurate as fuck.
That
Unless you're
shit ain't
Romo,
flying. That shit ain't flying.
dog. That bitch meme me. That will meme me, dog. And I'll let you fucking dick. I'll let you fucking dick. That show's funny though. That show's funny. Stupid. That is accurate though.
I mean, yeah, it's accurate as fuck.
Am I betting, man? Maybe. Maybe that might be true. How you guys doing? You guys following? Any of you guys following what Manny and Cosmos is doing with the Liga G96?
What?
I'm gonna just say I have a favorite team. It's Borrachos.
Oh, you rocking with Bratos?
Fuck yeah, dog.
Hold on, who's in that tournament? I've read about it.
Hey, it's
I've seen
33.
it. Seen it.
33 people watching, only 11 likes. Y'all fucking trash.
Ooh, tell him talk your shit, Angel. Talk your
Yeah.
shit.
This is
I
where
better-
you need to talk shit.
Yeah,
This
you
is
guys
where we
better
need
do
you
your
to
shit.
talk
Otherwise, I'm gonna be dropping bombs all. No, I'm kidding.
So who's in that La Liga thing?
So it's Cosmos, Borrachos.
Borrachos, Walnut, SC. I got a couple teams. Not sure exactly, but just based on people that I know,
Hey, I want to narrate a game. I'll be like, a la candela, a la candela.
Let's go. I commentate for
Have you guys ever? You guys never heard that before, huh?
No.
Da la candela. Oh, dog. You guys didn't listen to games back in the day on the radio. Let me look for this shit.
We had
Oh,
TVs.
Barcelona,
Oh yeah, Barcelona, which
yeah.
is
Pineapple Brats SC, Cosmos, Borrachos.
that's tight though. You seen the trophy
It's
they're
a
building up for
PS4
that? Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
PS4
it's a
thing.
PS4 thing.
Trash. No,
You see-
I was excited for it.
They're
You
not
guys-
ready
I heard
for
you
this
guys-
work.
you
dog,
guys
that's
seen
why.
you guys seen the trophy they're setting up for that?
That shit is hard, bro.
Yeah, it's a
I
good
haven't
looking
seen it.
trophy. It's a def.
It's the metal one. The
yeah,
metal.
with the
With
G.
the
Oh, yeah, I seen
G's
it.
and the
Yeah,
fucking crest on the bottom.
Yeah.
Holding
That
up
shit's sick.
that shit is bad.
Yeah, I like.
I believe the same guy who made like something, and he posted it on Facebook. His work is dope. He does that as steel. He did something. I think the last one was like a big ass G logo or something like that.
Low key, I'm just gonna buy that trophy, though. Fuck these fools.
All right, give me a second, boys. I'm gonna give me a water and we'll start the show.
Go ahead. Yo, it's good to be back, everyone. I appreciate y'all coming on. We got Nelson with his beautiful ass shirt dropping down, and also this bad boy behind me. You know what sucks? Fuck you, Nelson. As a matter of fact, I'm over here shouting you out, dog. All the shit that we give away comes to my house first, and then I hang that shit in a beautiful spot, and I don't want to give that shit away.
Hey, why are we even talking to Nelson? Straight up, when I saw your tail, like, why?
Hey, Nelson, is it true that you lost weight to fit into your shirt?
I did.
Talk to me.
Oh, she looks sexy, Papa.
Nah, it sounds like a personal problem. Fool, you always leave shit in your home.
That's fucked up, dog.
What'd you lose? What,
Nothing. I was shouting out Nelson and saying what the episode we were talking about.
Oh, okay.
And I said fuck him because everything that we give away comes to my house first, and then I put it wherever, like I frame it, like if it's gonna be mine, like this bad boy behind me that we're about to give away today. Well, not give away, but whoever entered today. But yeah, that shit's sexy, beautiful. It's really it's quality as fuck too. It's really nice.
Well, listen, I seen them. I seen pictures of the frames, and I think they look dope. But I'm yet to receive mine, so I don't know. I don't know, though. I don't know what to
Let's
say.
not even go there, man.
I don't know what to say. Though.
My Slack notifications were off for a while, dog, and I missed out on a bunch of shit. I don't even want to talk about that shit. Fuck off.
All right,
That is
I'll tell you.
fuck.
I'll tell you
Hold
guys
on,
this.
before we go live, Pete, what
Oh, we're
Nelson
live.
gave I said.
Oh, those are nice. Dope.
Dog, these are beautiful.
Wait, we got
Look at this.
multiple. You got multiple prints.
Oh yeah,
Damn, that is dope.
Yeah, you're supposed to, yeah, look.
And also,
Oh,
I
look,
heard all
that
of
one.
the all of
Yeah,
the
that
ones
one, I
he's
paid for
holding
that
up
one.
are giveaways, dog.
I
Yeah,
paid
not
for that
really
one
sure.
though, but you know, whatever.
No,
It is
it's
what it is.
Rudy. It's because quarantine. The times get affected, and since I live closer to Nelson, that's why the shipping was easier. You don't get it. You don't get it. It's
No,
quarantine.
that makes sense. That makes sense. All
Yeah,
right, boys, you guys ready?
Let's go.
Yeah,
Let's go. Angel, you ready? Oh, Angel,
Yeah,
Angel,
dog, he doesn't
Angel,
care.
Angel, a little busy, dog. I'm
He's
always
flying an
talking.
airplane and shit on his phone.
Let's go, Angel. Get on the mic. Get on the 1 2s. Get on 1 2.
Hey, what
Come on,
I
Scooby,
miss?
I need you on the ones and twos. Let's go.
Scooby Doo Papa. Y la cosa en su narra. What I miss?
Not much. Not much. We're just getting started. So just
trying to get the show started.
in here.
Oh,
Alright.
is it on right now?
Is it? So is this
Oh,
gonna be on the pod right
shit.
here?
Oh,
This?
shit.
No,
My
no.
bad.
You know, I always cut the first 10, 15 minutes out, so I'm cutting this out as well.
Let's do it.
But let's get going. Hey, everybody in the chat, pretend like the video's playing right now.
Boom, 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 boom. That new video that we were just supposed to drop even 3 months before quarantine.
No, that's a
Boom, boom,
tailgate.
boom,
That
boom.
was for a tailgate. Not for this. That's for a tailgate.
Not for the questions. That's what you're gonna drop.
Yeah, different intro, different cut. All right. Good evening. What up, y'all?
What up? What up? What up?
How you guys
What up,
doing?
What up?
What's
What up?
up?
What up? What up?
How you guys feeling? Nelson, welcome.
Thank you, man.
You
Thank you
start.
for having me for what, the third time?
Yeah. I'm about to start
This
charging
is
you, dog. I'm gonna start
shit.
charging you, dog, because you know what I mean. Like all this free promotion, dog. You know, just get.
All the publicity.
Yeah, dog. Can't be having this for free. I'm about to start charging you. Fuck with you. No, nice to have you here. George, how you
Perfect
doing,
timing.
Papi?
What's up? What's up? Been pretty good. Quarantine has been treating me good. I've been watching some Action Bronson. I'm making some food.
Yeah,
I
man.
build a PC. I'm a racer. Like I picked up a lot of shit. So if you guys ever need someone to build you a PC while grilling barbecue chicken and reading to you at the same time, I'm your man. Because I could do all three. I perfected that shit at the same time.
What's up, Masa? How you doing?
Chilling, bro. Chilling, though.
You look like you're chilling. You
Yeah,
look like you're about ready to hibernate again, dog.
I
But
have,
you know, what
I
I mean?
have to be fair, I haven't stopped working, but I'm mad chilling on the weekends. It's a different type of chilling, you know.
Oh, and today was
Like
like
chilling too.
you were off today
Chilling
too.
too.
I assume?
Yeah, off today too. You know, quarantine.
Does
is
it
a
feel? Hold
different
up.
type of chilling.
Sorry, we're going on a tangent. Does it feel different? Like that you're working, but everyone like, does it feel odd? Like for me, it's completely different.
You know what?
But
To
for
be
someone
honest,
that's working,
I love it, dog, because I get to work in 10 minutes. I could wake up later than usual.
Yeah,
that's
It used
dope.
to take me 45
That's
minutes to get to work. 10 minutes.
Yeesh.
that sounds.
10 minutes
right.
back. That shit is
That's dope.
beautiful.
Angel, how you doing, puppy?
Chilling. Good.
There you
Oh.
go.
Oh, hey,
Alright,
hey,
I'll
you,
take
hey, you know what? Like, I want you
take
not
that.
to talk a lot today, just because you know what I mean. Just try to hold your words back a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I was just about to say that. If he didn't say a lot of how he's doing, let's just keep it rolling. Keep the ball rolling. We good.
All right, man. Well, listen, we haven't dropped a live in a minute, but we've been hitting you guys up with some content. I hope you guys enjoyed that. We sure as fuck did. We sure as fuck did. And before we get into whatever Nelson wants to talk, because I know he's here, but you know, let's just pretend like he's not for a little bit. No, fuck with Justin.
Hey,
Let's
quick
talk.
shout out to be balling though. You see the chat?
Oh,
He actually
he's
wrote out the words to our intro. Yeah, we're the pride of California. Yeah,
and there it is.
Yeah.
Singing. There we go. We got singing now. We got singing down.
got it out of the way. My bad.
Oh, good. Let's talk about these chats, because first of all, I want to start by again thanking the audience, thanking everybody in the chat, thanking everybody who fucks with us on YouTube and on the podcast, because we got a chance to talk to these really dope people that mean a lot to our club, because you guys fuck with us, right? You guys give us a sort of a validation for us to go out there and say, hey, have a chat. Our audience wants to listen to you guys. So first of all, before I even say anything else about these chats, I want to give a big thanks to you guys for fucking with us like you do. Again, we never thought we would be doing interviews, but we did. We did whatever 4 or 5 of them. And personally, I'm that shit was super dope, man. Let's talk a little bit about that. Let me know what was your favorite one or favorite moments. You know what I mean?
Favorite
talk about
one.
that. Let's
God
talk about
damn.
that.
Hold up.
Yeesh.
Top favorite. One of my favorite moments was Yella saying that he was gonna get a tattoo.
Yeah,
When he came
man.
back to the States. That shit was dope.
I think. My
uh-huh.
bad. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Very surprised. My most surprising enjoyed interview was definitely Herc. I know Galaxy family, Galaxy Twitter, we give that man a hard time, but just hearing that story about how he had like persistence and all that shit was dope.
What's
And
funny to me about the Herc thing that you mentioned that is, remember the entire pod I went without being able to see you guys' faces?
Yeah, you were just stuck.
Oh,
You were
I
stuck the
was
whole
like-
time. That was
I was just
funny.
like this, So it's just like this, just because I couldn't, like, when I would speak, I don't know if that to be, and I'm not even gonna lie, I didn't go back and listen to it again when it went live, so I don't know if the dynamic of that one on my behalf or for my part was the same as it was in all the other pods, right? Because there are things that I thought of, that I wanted to address during the course of conversation, but usually I don't like to. I mean, sure, I'm synonymous. Well, synonymous should be next to me when cutting someone in, right? Because that's what I do that for a living, right, on the spot, right? Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
But right, but at least if I'm gonna cut someone off, it's gonna be relevant to what they're saying, right? I don't want to miss that topic, right? I want to address something based on that topic. So there were a few times that I wanted to say something or talk a little bit more about something specific to some bullshit he probably said, how he was writing the LAFC tip, and I just didn't know, like, shit. I didn't know when it was really going to be the right time, so I just let it go. So I thought that shit was funny.
You know what's
cool about you saying that, George?
And Big Joe. Big Joe was my other surprising one for me. Just a conversation we had with Joe Tatino. That shit was sick.
And just going back to what Angel was saying, it was funny because we see him, he couldn't see us moving, but he, so we saw Angel like deer in headlights because he was just kind of like a real stiff, like, what the fuck is going on right now? Funny, and
I had forgotten about that. If it wasn't for George bringing that up right now, I just clicked right now, like, oh shit, like that entire pod.
Yeah, and we didn't know about it. We didn't know about it until after we finished and we were talking. We're like, yo, you guys weren't.
I couldn't see shit.
Also, the AJ one, didn't you have some shit too going on with you?
I mean, I came off for a second, like my shit dropped, and I came back on, but I saw the entire shit, like that was an issue. I got that shit fixed.
We clowned on you.
That shit was jokes as fuck.
Yeah,
he was clowning too, huh?
Yeah, I'm telling you, Masa, what was one of your favorite moments of the conversation we had?
Just Pinedo, the detail he put into his like coming up and going through different leagues and the crazy journey he had to get here. Like, it's the detail he put into that. That's probably my favorite.
Yeah, and let me just talk about the Pinedo one for a second. We tried to get subtitles on for that episode.
Really quick,
Angel.
I was gonna say that my favorite thing out of the entire thing that we did during this quarantine series was that spending 10 hours or whatever it was writing subtitles.
Oh, you wrote them too,
I went through the entire almost 2-hour long fucking podcast. Dog, fuck.
Yo, so let me tell you a backstory about that, right? When we recorded, before we recorded, I did some research and I found a couple solutions on how to automate subtitles, right? So I was like, yeah, this should be fine. I can automate them. They'll give me a CSV file and I just dump them into YouTube and it'll just pick up. Well, both solutions that I thought could work, neither worked. So I figured, okay, I start typing them in, and I typed in about 6 minutes worth of content in like 3 hours. But I'm a dumbass, so I picked Spanish as the language for the subtitles, even though the fucking video was in Spanish, right? So so that was scrapped. We talked, we regrouped, and then Angel was like, cool, I'll dive into it. My man's worked like I don't know, fucking days on this, and then it didn't save. After that point, we're just like, fuck it, like it's going
crazy because I don't know
why. There's a conspiracy theory.
To this day,
There's a conspiracy theory that he never did it. That's one of my conspiracy theories.
The tinfoil hat time. Listen, either way, like the thing is brutal to actually to type in fucking subtitles is brutal, guys. So again, for all my non-Spanish speaking fans and audience, we apologize. We tried, but I couldn't figure it out. Angel spend his last hairs on this shit. Couldn't figure it out. So we apologize, but for all you guys who speak Spanish, I hope you guys enjoyed it because that was a real fun one. Nelson, you're part of the fam. Which one do you like? What was some of the highlights from that series we did?
I think the Pinedo was just great, and I mentioned it to you guys in the chat where I like the fact that you guys are like flow to the questions, like those questions that people and fans have been asking, like why did Pinedo leave? What happened, Van Damme? Why'd you go? You guys didn't ask straightforward. You guys had a conversation with them, let it flow with them. And it's just like the fact that they talked to you guys, like if it was one of us, it was beautiful. But my absolute favorite one was Pinedo. The details, and that one remembers everything. And it's just like, I wish I had his memory, because
crazy about that because so again, I whatever you hear about conspiracies out there, conspiracy theories like crazy about that pod, I went through the entire shit again. And my man wanted to keep going.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That was the case. He wanted to keep. Yeah, well, yeah, that was the case with I think just about all the pods. Like even Herc, he had a time limit. He went over the time limit for like what 30 minutes.
Yeah, we
Right?
went for an hour
Yeah,
and a
we
half.
had him on-
It was like,
yeah,
we
we
had
were-
45
yeah.
minutes.
Yeah, he said like we had like what 30 minutes, and then we ended up going close to an hour or whatever. Like
An
he's like,
hour and a
no,
half,
let's
yeah.
keep going. Like I'm good. Like it was crazy. But yeah, the Pinello one, and on top of that, that was the very first pod that we did.
Yeah.
That was the very
No.
pod that we. No, that was the very first one we did of the quarantine series. Yes, it was.
It was a joke.
Pinello. No, Pinello was the
Yeah,
very
it was
first one we did. And
Okay.
and I think I was talking to Nelson. I was talking to you the thing about that, wasn't I? Where I told you like that was the first one that we did. So to me, it was fresh. Like I didn't know how to approach that, right?
Yeah.
Talking
And it was in
to-
Spanish.
right? And in Spanish, right? And
Yeah.
talking to not just an MLS Cup champion, but a mighty Rojo champion, right? And on top of that, a World Cup
World
player,
Cup,
like
yeah.
someone that's actually played in the World Cup. So like it, I didn't know how to process that, and it's different when you're talking to like a homie like you, right? Or I just didn't know how it was gonna be because I didn't know. That's why I felt like I think it probably went longer. We probably could have condensed a lot of those things, some of those questions, maybe gotten to the point a bit more. But when I heard the entire pod again, like when I went through the entire show, I'm like, nah, it was just right. I think
Yeah.
it was good. Like I get that it was like an hour and a half or hour 45 or whatever it was, or close to 2 hours. But listen, if you speak Spanish and you were able to listen to that and not and if you didn't enjoy it, then listen, I don't know what to tell you, but my man's everything that he said was from the heart, from his memory bank, like Nelson said, that's on point. Listen, I can remember shit like that.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, listen,
that shit was tight, yeah.
I'll say this, right? One thing that I truly enjoyed was being able to have those conversations, right? Like, maybe it was because we were all like on some janky ass fucking webcams and not like broadcasting from a studio or something. But the fact that every single one of the interviews we did became a conversation that we could have had without the cameras rolling, right? We could have had this conversation, just shoot the shit for a little bit. I know we cracked jokes with some people. We try not to talk a lot of shit with Joe Totino. We try to we kept the cursing to a minimum, like all that. But at the end of the day, these conversations were super genuine, and I really really enjoyed that. And it also gave me a different perspective of all these people, right? Joe Totino, Pinedo, Yella, like all these people, like AJ. You know what I mean? Like I see him in a different light just because we had a conversation with them, and they express some of their frustrations and like they're human and they're not these like godly people that we see fuck with our club like that. So like that one thing I took from it, and I was really happy with it.
To that point about AJ, I seen a lot of people react to that on Twitter. I think it was huge just hearing that, and because personally it was our first time hearing it. I talked to AJ frequently, but it was something that he's never shared. And he came on the pod and he was like super comfortable, like to
tacos,
your point. To your point, yeah, fish tacos, hashtag fish tacos. I was seeing that shit all around.
Yeah, they
Twitter,
got fish tacos at what do they call that place?
Senior Fish.
Yeah,
Oh my god, stupid ass. But people a lot of people have mentioned and they've talked about it, how we make everyone on the pod feel comfortable. Like it could be our homie Nelson that we talk to shit frequently. We play video games with him, or we could, for the likes of Giella, the fact that we could have people conversate with us and like we keep it so genuine and we don't make it formal. We just make everyone feel comfortable. I think that's what makes it feel good for us, not only for me, because I personally thought, I'll be straight up, I thought Joe Totino was going to be very formal, and I was like, damn, I'm very uncomfortable. And getting into that part and doing it, like it was just so easy.
Yeah.
Joe Totino's the shit.
Yeah. Listen, again, like the only thing, like I don't know, I forgot what it was that he mentioned about cursing. I think it was before we started recording, but we all kind of got it and we didn't curse, which is fucking rare. Like we're fucking sailors, you know what I mean? Like every other word is a fucking curse word, right? Like so, like for us to be able to do that. And again,
no, he didn't. I remember exactly how it went down. It's not something that he said. It's something that you said. Rudy's like, "Oh, we'll try to keep the bad words or something to a minimum." I forgot exactly what it was that you said in terms of. It was along the lines of his press. Oh, thank you, I appreciate that very much. And that's where I think it all clicked. Like, okay, hold on. Because he would have been, if he would have been like, fuck, fuck. I'm like, oh hell yeah, But no, he was like, oh, thank you, I appreciate it. Like, oh.
Okay,
here we go. Here goes my
tone it down a little bit.
Put my LinkedIn picture up. Pulled up my resume just in case I needed it. Like,
I was in an interview.
Yeah, I'm like exactly. So
but it was super cool. And then we have like Yella, right? Yella who curses just like us, and we said it in the podcast.
Fuck you, puto.
Yeah, like like he's one of us. Like legit felt like one of us. Like that's the homie. I could talk to him forever. Again, right? All that to say is like that was super dope for us. We did these interviews ahead of time, and we released them on the schedule. And we figured that by the time we were done with that, we would have some content to bring up, right? We would start talking about the galaxy in a way that we usually do. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case. We're here today with what is it, the 25th of May, and there's still no real direction of where the league's going. So we'll keep looking and seeing what other content we come up, but all that we had in the bank was there. We put it out. So
I don't know. I heard that there's a potential way we could probably get 100 fires, but I won't make no promises.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Because, listen,
what we had in our back pocket, what we had in our
Yeah.
wallet, like it's out. Like we gave everything we have. We'll keep looking for content like that to bring to you guys, but we can't promise you.
I heard.
at this
Listen,
moment.
if anyone talks to him, let us know, because I heard that he's a little delicate, for lack of a better word, delicate when it comes to doing things like this, right? So I don't know if he'd be
Same. I
inclined.
had someone reach out to me about someone that's very delicate, which is Pescadito.
Pescadito. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think I wonder if it's the same person, because someone sent me his contact info, and I think
Maybe.
necessarily with him, I don't necessarily with Pescadito. I don't think it's necessarily that he's delicate. He works for Bean Sports.
Yeah,
He's more out and about,
Yeah.
and
he still has
traveling
the
then-
presence in the media.
yeah, exactly. So it's not like 100 fires. Like, listen, you work for the Galaxy or whatever he's there. I forget exactly what his role is.
Yeah.
But it's not like you're traveling all over the place, especially right now during quarantine.
Just to
on,
wrap
hold
this
on.
up. Oh wait, you have something? Go for it.
I just heard you talking. I kind of spaced out. We could get David Bingham on here.
All right, listen. Let's talk about this. I do want to do it, but let's talk about it. But let's move on with the show. Again, this whole thing will just say thank you for fucking with us, and I hope you guys enjoyed that quarantine series. We'll try to keep fucking with it and keep adding to it. But as of now, like that was all the interviews we have. We're still looking to get some more, but that's what we had. So we're moving on and bringing into the show. Nelson, I know we'll get you involved in this conversation coming up right now, and then we'll talk about your beautiful ass in just a second. But let's talk about some of the shit we're hearing with the Galaxy. You guys hear about this tournament in Orlando they're trying to do, kind of like preseason part 2?
Like Mortal Kombat for soccer players.
Pretty much, yeah. So Angel, you haven't heard about this at all?
No, actually, and you guys know this, right? You guys know why I've been kind of checked out for a lot of shit, but I haven't been on Twitter at all. I mean, I get notifications or whatever, but I probably just take a quick glance and then
I'm not really looking.
I'm done with it. Like, I don't even respond to stuff either. This guy also keeps me busy.
Bet.
Listen, until I know for sure that something like, hey, and you guys would let me know. Like, we have a group chat that I do check quite often, right? If I'll see, right? Like, if I see Nelson or George or Maso or already post, oh shit, something's going down. Oh, boom, I'll be on that shit quick, right? And then I'll change my focus. But as of right now, a lot of the shit that you guys are probably gonna share with me right now is gonna be news to me.
Well, listen, don't quote me on this because I don't pay for the Athletic, so I don't have all the information. Just to be fair, just to be honest, but it's supposed to be like this tournament broken down into 4 groups where they'll play a knockout tournament with the top advancing into some kind of trophy, and then the case, but just really to be a kind of preseason, a second preseason V2 or something like that. The interesting thing about it is though they want the whole staff and teams to relocate to Orlando for the length of that tournament.
Did they discuss why specifically Orlando? I mean, I have my ideas
Disney.
as to why.
Disney.
Okay.
I
so
they're
take
doing
it
it at the
ESPN
Disney complex. Yeah.
because of ESPN,
Yeah,
because of the
pretty
ESPN
sure.
partnership.
I'm pretty sure.
I figured.
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure that's
Okay, that
what
makes
it
sense.
is.
Yeah.
And then second to follow that up, it seems like Chicharito would have a problem with that because his wife is pregnant at the moment.
I mean, it's not like we're gonna be missing any goals, so.
Here we go. Listen, come on.
I'm just stating facts. Listen, I'm just stating facts.
Sheesh.
No goals so far.
We've been in
May.
quarantine.
We're in May.
We've been in
We're in
quarantine.
May. We're about to be in June. It's about to be 6 months into this year, and he still has no goal with the Galaxy. So listen,
Don't be that
listen.
guy. Don't be Twitter. Don't be Twitter for me. Don't be Twitter right now, dog. You represent
And
the
you
whole
can't
Twitter
even say
constituency,
Twitter
dog.
because I have not been on Twitter.
No,
So this is
well,
just
listen. You
boom,
should. It
boom.
sounds like you have been though. All right. What do you guys think about this?
Any
Though?
facts?
What do you guys think about this tournament? No, I'm starting off with you. What do you think about this tournament, preseason V2, guys quarantine? What's your thoughts on that?
I just think at this point they're just trying to scramble with whatever they can and just try to put it together. And when you do that shit in life in general, it doesn't come out well.
Yeah.
So now you're gonna put all these people, how many thousands of people, including staff, players, all in like 2 hotels, and hey, go out there and play. And injuries are gonna happen. Everything's too fast. in my honest opinion, as much as it hurts me, like I think they should just cancel the season.
Hey, you a bitch, dog.
Ouch! Don't say that, though,
Listen,
dog. What the fuck am I gonna do? Like, this is
Let your
episode
stupid ass
17
out.
or 18. Like, we gotta do
We'll
50
play
50
video games.
episodes. Dog, what do you mean? What the
We'll
fuck?
play video games.
What are we supposed to do? All right, listen.
Call of
I don't,
Duty.
all right.
Hey, the EMLS shit pisses me. Not EMLS, but you know how the Liga MX has been doing their shit
Yeah.
still on Univision. I try to watch like one.
no,
No,
you
listen,
ain't into it.
nah.
All right, George or Masa, when do you guys pick it up? What do you guys think about this tournament?
Piggyback off of Nelson, I don't think it's going to be a good idea. All it takes is for 1 or 2 stars, Chicharito being a star of the MLS and saying he's not comfortable, then everyone else is going to. And are you really going to do that? Waste the infrastructure, waste the time for people are going to tune in for the Chicharitos, for the stars of the MLS. And without that, I don't think it's going to happen. Yeah, I don't see it. Speaking with people, they're saying that even within organizations, they're getting pushback. So I think there's a lot of player talk and club talk that they're not meeting eye to eye on it. And the club obviously wanted to move forward. Players are kind of pushing back. So I think I think same with Nelson. When this quarantine happened, everyone was like, a month, we got this. And I was the only one that's saying, you know what, it's not going to happen. I don't feel it's going to happen. And I still feel the same way. We're not going to see MLS until next year.
Well, see, and that's a thing, right? Like the gravity of this thing, it keeps the extent of it keeps kind of growing, right? Because like you said, when this shit started, I figured it'd be a month and a half, and then we'd be back on track with some. So with of course, I think I always thought there was gonna be some changes, but I thought like we would get most of the season. Masa, what's your thoughts on this tournament that they're proposing?
So it's a preseason tournament. It's not even like a season, to finish the season.
No. So like the plan is to have this tournament and then kick off the season again following that tournament.
It's a waste of time. Why the fuck are you gonna go to Florida for preseason?
Well, I think the big thought behind that it's the big thought behind that is quarantining everybody for the duration of the tournament, right? So that we can ensure that these people are virus free at that point. So there's more to it than that, and also like these players need fucking preseason again because they haven't done shit for fucking 9 weeks or whatever the fuck it is now.
Yeah, we see.
I guess, dog. I mean, I don't know. Bundesliga is so far so good, so I mean, I'd rather just jump right back into the season.
All it takes is for somebody.
The preseason.
Well, listen, didn't Dortmund get somebody? Yeah. Right? Yeah. So like, I want to see what the.
But I mean, it was bound to happen. He was an American player,
right?
Dog.
But. Listen,
we don't take shit serious.
We'll see what the repercussions of that is, right? Because that's what I fear. I fear that we get few people with the virus, and then everything gets closed down. So it's interesting. I don't know where I fall in that, but shit, I miss the LA Galaxy soccer. You know what I mean? Like I miss LA Galaxy soccer. I wouldn't be opposed to it if I could see my team play, though. Like, to be quite honest,
it wasn't until recently that I missed it. Because once this happened, I completely shut everything out. I didn't want to see shit. Everyone was like, "Oh, let's watch this, watch it." I didn't want to see it because I didn't want to have that possibility hanging and then kind of missing it for now. I forgot what happened a couple weeks ago that I was like, I officially miss it. Like I need to be there. I want to be there. I could only imagine how you guys felt from the beginning of this. Like, oh, give it a month, give it 2 weeks. We got this. And that's when I shut it down. But now for me, it's finally hitting me, and I don't think it's gonna happen.
Well, I think like listen, more than the games, I do miss the games a lot, right? I miss the Galaxy games, but I miss going to a fucking stadium and hanging out and cheering and fucking and doing all the shenanigans we do. You know what I mean? Like I miss that a lot. Like I miss that a lot. Like, you know what I mean? I miss kicking it. I miss kicking it with the homies. Eddie Campos in the chat says it's for points. So again, right? I don't know all the information. So
even worse.
So if it's for points, you know what I mean? Like it means something though. This tournament would be for points.
Oh,
that's what Eddie Campos says. Again, I don't take that from me because I don't subscribe to Athletic, so I didn't read the article. I just kind of the information I got from.
Hey, if someone has the Athletic login info that you guys can share with straight from the stands, hook it up.
Oh, it's like $7. Can we pay for that? I'm not a pay for it.
No. Whoever hooks up with the login. We'll hook you guys up with the lost episodes that we haven't shared.
Don't do
that.
Oh,
there you go. Perfect. Yeah, perfect.
There it is.
Yeah.
That's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. All right.
I gotcha.
No, you don't.
I gotcha.
Right. No, you don't.
I gotcha.
So
you just want to have the last word. Keep going.
Well, listen, you're not gonna have it, so it's fine. All right.
I got it. I already got it. What are you talking about?
Let's go. What was the next thing?
He lost his train of thought.
I lost my train of
Yeah,
thought.
dog, look, he's
What
like a
was
little kid. We're like, nope, you can't have it.
Look, no, because you don't actually have them. So
Okay,
I don't need to. I don't need to.
balls.
I don't
It's
need
okay.
to.
It's
Yeah.
okay.
They hang
Damn,
they
I
hang
wanted to
low.
fight
I'm
with
old.
someone today. I like
All
that.
right. Listen, I had something else Galaxy related that I wanted to say.
Pavon.
Pavon. There you go. You brought it up, Masa, today. So
Pavon.
let's talk about that. Okay.
Well, yeah,
Bring
actually,
it
I
up.
do.
Get it.
I-
Well,
I-
say it.
No,
Say it.
no, I'm
yeah,
saying
yeah,
he brought it
yeah,
up.
yeah, alright,
He
well,
brought
fine.
he brought it up. So go run with it. You brought it up today. So
All right, well, fuck it. I do want to address something then because I read the article that they sent over. What the fuck? I recall that we had, or I don't know if it changed because obviously everything happened with COVID and the season or whatever. I thought we had already paid for all this shit and we owned him outright.
no,
No, what the fuck?
no, we
No,
we had the
no,
loan
no,
for this
no,
year,
no.
and then we have an option.
Dog,
to
I'm
buy
gonna
him.
have to go listen to one of the podcasts that we did, right? Like when the season already started and we had this conversation about
No,
what
no,
I
no.
remember that was a thing
Nah.
that the Galaxy
No.
had already said, oh, we're buying him or whatever.
No,
No, we had that option.
We paid for a 2-year loan.
So we have the option, and then we have the first right to refusal, right? Like that's what we
Yeah.
have.
So right now, basically, we're waiting for that date to hit. If we don't send the offer through, then
Hold on. I'm gonna stop you there. Let's back up and tell me what the article said. What that article say there?
basically, Pavon
Sum it up.
has no plans of going back to Boca Juniors. He doesn't want to.
So for him, it's either Galaxy or he moves on to Europe, right? Like that's what I took
somewhere
from it.
else.
That's what I took from it.
Hey, I mean, my man, have you been watching that? 'Cause I'm on Instagram. That I have been. Have you seen Pavon's life right now in quarantine?
He chilling. He
Yeah.
big
Why?
chilling.
Why do you want
Big-
to go
big
back?
chilling,
He
dog.
lives,
Big
he
chilling.
lives two blocks away from the beach.
Chill.
Yeah,
Oh,
listen,
never mind.
and
His whole
I'm not.
family's here.
I've never been to Argentina in my life. I'll ask my stepdad about that, right? But people in general don't want to move to fucking LA. You're
Yeah.
already here.
Yeah.
You
yeah.
have a dope ass spot overlooking the beach in Manhattan Beach, allegedly. Can't confirm or deny in Manhattan Beach. Listen, he's Gucci right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Why
listen,
would he want to leave?
that's what I'm saying, right? I do believe that if there was an offer comes from Europe, they could hop on that because my man wants to play in Europe, right? And he's quality. I think he should be playing in Europe. Hopefully not this year or next year. But I believe that that an offer comes from Europe, he'll leave for Europe, right? But he won't go back
I
to.
agree.
I don't think he goes back to Argentina. I don't think he does Mexico or anywhere in South or Central America like that.
But what
see
I
that
do want to
happening.
know is why wouldn't he want to go back? And this is just curious. Why wouldn't he want to go back to Boca? I mean, I have my reason. Me as a player, if I'm 24 years old, if I'm going back to Boca, I mean, what's the likelihood of me? Let's say he goes back to Boca at the end of this year, right? He'll be 25, 26 next year, whenever his birthday is. We're talking about 2-3 years, at least 2 years at Boca. He'll be 27, 28. What is the likelihood of him still being able to make the jump to Europe for big payday at 27, 28? Argentine player.
Well, listen, I don't think he's ever gonna get paid what he gets paid here to start, right? To start.
Well,
And then-
I'm
and
just throwing
then-
it out there, right? And it's not because I saw Eddie's thing on thing. You know, the very next day he posts a bottle of Boca. Okay, so
I mean,
dude
that's-
loves
They
Boca.
don't have-
That's
that's
his
the
club.
club as well, yeah.
That's his fucking club. That's
They
the
don't
club of
have
your
Galaxy
life. I mean,
Mates.
Tevez used to do that shit all the time. And
Yeah.
Tevez, before he went back to Boca, he went to fucking he went Juve, he went Manchester's,
Yeah.
and the other Manchester.
Yeah, listen,
then
I think he would go back. Not now though, right? Like he didn't leave. He
Right,
didn't
right.
leave. He didn't leave like on a good note with them, right? Like
No, he didn't.
He was in the bench. He wasn't getting played. He was pretty, and the fans were giving him shit. Like the whole situation in Boca before he came here was shit, right? He wasn't playing. There was no plan for his playing. So I don't think he has a good taste in his mouth of Boca right now.
Well, the reason why he came was GBS for him to resurrect his career.
Yeah.
Like he felt that GBS was the one that helped him out in Boca, which is why I think he's out here. I think it's a huge reason why he's out there. And if it's a mental thing, you don't want to go back to the spot that caused you that mental breakdown or that loss in your career.
Yeah.
So
Well,
I don't see it.
See, but then another thing to consider is okay. Well, where are we at with GBS then? Because this was technically be his second year on a 3-year deal.
Question
Right?
between all this.
So-
Forever, keep him
does the
forever,
contract
aren't
are the contracts still granted even though there's no play? Like is this
It's
happening?
still up in the air, actually.
Yeah,
This is gonna be up
see,
to,
so
it's,
it's
and that's all
hard.
up to FIFA, also depending on if they're even gonna have another transfer window, right? Because they're talking about doing a it's like a one-off type of
Yeah.
deal in like what will be in between summer and and winter type of thing, or it's a total mess. Like even FIFA doesn't know exactly what the hell they're gonna do right now, but there's been that I do keep track of a little bit. Some of the speculations, some of the things that are going on. But
it's unknown. Like all these fucking things are just unknown right now, right? Like the players are getting asked to take a fucking cut. The season happen or not? Like that's not even a fucking answer yet. So yeah, it's interesting to see what happens because like they are legally bind documents, right? Like these guys do have a contract.
Yep.
How do you just be like, nah, wait, chill? 2020 didn't happen. Like you know what I mean? Like it's interesting. I don't have the answer for that at all. But it's gonna be interesting to see how this plays out.
It's interesting. I think FIFA needs to be the ones talking about it because there's contracts being moved around, or they're not moved around, but talked about because of the length of time. And if these contracts aren't going to be rewarded or anything, FIFA needs to talk because now you have clubs under the FIFA umbrella that are talking like, yo, your time's up. You need to give us back our player, or like, hey, this transfer window's coming. FIFA, I think this is a responsibility of FIFA to say, yo, anything that was in talks since March, it's a standstill. We can't do anything because we don't know. But I think that's the responsibility of FIFA.
Yeah, it's super interesting. I'm interested in seeing what comes about this because who the fuck knows, right? Like everything's super insecure right now, so who the fuck knows? All right.
Well, the one guarantee is even if their season for the rest of the year, there will be no fans, no matter what, at the stadium. That we know for sure. That we know for sure.
I know, but don't say it out loud though. But don't say
not
it
gonna
out
happen for the rest of this year.
Don't say it
Home
out
games
loud.
not gonna happen for the rest of this year.
It's real if you say it
So
out loud.
if you ask me right now, like just to summarize everything, I'm okay with them having some type of, whether it's a 2-3 month long tournament where they put everyone together in one fucking place for them to play the games. One game at
Mortal Kombat
2. Yeah, exactly. One game at 2, one game at 4, one game at 8. Dog, we used to do that shit when we were in a fucking club.
Coast.
Yeah, exactly.
Torneo Relámpago or what?
Yeah, that type of shit. Except that they could do it in a way where they could do it out to 3 months, where they can play their games. There's 2-3 games a day, so we can put it all on ESPN Plus, and then you play 2-3 games per day, and then until it gets back to your turn 3 days later or 4 days later, whatever. There's enough teams where they can do something like this: 2 games a day, one East Coast, one West Coast, or however the fuck they want to do it. But fuck it, just do it. At this point, listen, fuck it. I want soccer. I need my Galaxy. I'm tired. I already played 3 seasons of manager on FIFA, and I'm done. I'm over it. I don't want to do no more. I want the real shit.
All right, boys. That was a good chat. Again, we'll be back every week with some sort of content. If it's live, then we'll talk about whatever is going on this week. And we'll try to get guests on so we could talk with them as well, like we do today. Nelson's in the house. He's been falling asleep there on camera, which is amazing. It's great content. I'm gonna make sure to highlight that in the reel. But let's talk about you, Nelson.
Really quick though, hold on, my bad. BH Simp, if you're on social media, send that question to George on our social medias. That's a good question.
DM us on Instagram.
Yeah, DM us. Yeah, so we don't lose it, or unless George wants to write it there. I mean, I don't know if it's a serious question or not, but I thought about it because Leeds has been doing pretty good in the championship, so it's something we can talk about.
BH Simp, let's send it on Instagram, send it on Twitter, and we'll answer it at the end of the show. All right, moving on, boys. Nelson, again, thank you for joining us. You've been busy in this fucking quarantine.
I've been grinding out here.
Yeah, I've seen that. Listen, we've had you before, so give us
40 pounds. 40 pounds ago, we had you.
Hey, congratulations!
No. We had him in the betweens. We had him before and in betweens. But give us a 5-minute summary of who you are for everybody who missed those episodes.
Yeah, of course. So my name's Nelson. I've been with ACB for 10 years now. My first game was in 2010, Western Conference final.
This year doesn't count, by the way. So you're still 9 years at ACB. This year, just like asterisks in this year. There's no year.
See, this is why MLS is not coming back. Fool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I first joined ACB that same year. The next year, I told my friend Robert, I'm like, yo, like, this is dope. Like, we just lost 3-0 in the most important game of the year, and they're still going at it, going crazy. I'm like, this is dope. Like, this is a great attitude. And then Robert's like, yeah, we'll come back next year, but I want to be more involved. And I remember in 2011.
Wait. So you and Rob attended that first game? Was it that Rob's first game too, or had Rob been there before?
No. His first game was, I think, against DC when we were losing 2-0 in 2010. That same year. And then I think Donovan scored like a 80th minute, and it tied 2-2. My first game was against Red Bulls when we lost, I think 1-0. I think Lempier scored. Can't remember.
Yeah,
Um,
that was a good year for ACB. Like that
mhm.
in my opinion, that's one of the turning years for ACB. Like after the 2010, we never had the section not being full. So that's a good that's a good year to come in. All right, sorry.
Yeah,
Go on.
definitely. No worries. And I remember 2011, we were what, 11th grade. We were 16 years old, and ACB started promoting like, oh, let's go to San Jose. And I remember telling Robert like, hey, we gotta go to San Jose. Like, it's $60, bro. And I was like, fuck. And I remember we started picking up cans at 16 years
Yeah.
old. We didn't have a job, picking up cans. We were like, if we really want to go, we're gonna do whatever we want to get there. Fast forward to the Colorado game when we were protesting.
Yeah.
And there just happened to be some very important people at that game.
Yeah.
And the first half, there's no ACB, there's no supporters on that end. And they were like, okay, like,
Hey, you trying
we
to name
need
drop though, or what? The important people that were there.
handles. I don't know who they were.
Dan Beckman was there.
Yeah. And I remember that was the first day. I had picked up a camera just for recreational and whatnot. But I remember that night I was talking to Bruce, and Bruce is all like, "Hey man, we gotta shoot this game. We gotta get this
Yeah.
like
You got
put this
documented.
out
Yeah.
in history, document it." And we're like, "All right." We're like, "How are we gonna bring the camera in?" He's like, "Oh, we're gonna sneak it under like the cloths and the drums." Sorry from Galaxy if anyone's hearing this. I'm not that same person anymore. I changed. Uh, so I had the camera with me. And the first picture I took was Brian with the Harbor shirt, just screaming, like going towards the stands. And when I was taking those pictures, I didn't look at them right. I looked at them after I got home and whatnot. And I was taking pictures of the stands. And I think we won that game. But I was taking pictures of the stands. I was doing all that stuff. And then I got home, and then, that night for us was extremely important.
Yeah.
Especially for the hardcore ACB, because it was just absolute bullshit what we were going through. But then going home and seeing those pictures again, I was like, yo, this is dope to be able to relive that moment again. And then that just like clicked on me. I was like, maybe I should start taking pictures. And at that time we didn't have like a photographer individual in the section. So I was like, no, I'll step up, and I could sit here and complain about an issue. But if I don't bring up a solution myself, then it's still gonna be a problem for all of us. So I was like, okay, I'll just stand here. Go ahead.
That's the night you got that picture with Brian, right? With he has that the tank top with what it read? It reads
Harbor area or something
Harbor
like that.
area,
Harbor
right?
City.
Yeah. That was, and I
Yeah,
think
he said that a few minutes ago,
Uh,
like a minute or two ago.
I know.
You're not paying attention, huh?
No, I was gonna lead that into something else, but thanks for interrupting me. I think that's when I really noticed that eye, right? Because
Mhm.
it's crazy for you to tell me that's one of your first pictures that you actually took like that, because that's a dope ass picture, right? It
Iconic.
shows
Mhm.
it shows somebody who's really a voice and a presence for ACB in a light that he should be shown, right? A lot of times it gets lost with everybody else behind, but like that picture to me was super dope. So it's really interesting to hear that was one of your first pictures that you took for the section that you took,
Right.
just in general. Like it's super dope to hear that.
Thank you, man. Yeah, no, it was like it's only when I got home, like the whole time I didn't see the pictures. I probably looked at 3 or 4 at the tailgate out there. But then I go home, download it on my phone, and I was like, fuck. Obviously, there was a lot of non-focus pictures. There's a lot of fucking shoe pictures where I was like looking down.
Yeah.
But then I saw that Brian picture, the first one, and I said, holy shit. And then it's just like that passion. Who had shades on, even though it was like 8 p.m. Has a hat. And I was just like, this is dope. And I remember after that, I didn't shoot until Houston 2018. It was the fucking worst game ever. And it was just like, it's funny how
Home?
that was my home
Yeah.
when we lost 3-2.
Oh yeah. Yeah, my favorite picture.
It's funny because my first game as a fan, we lost 3-0 against Dallas. And in my first game as a photographer, we get kicked out of the playoffs. And I remember that game, it was all shits and giggles. Like I took a picture of Kamara. I just recently put on my IG story. Pictures of Slot.
Yeah, just make sure you don't lose your virginity too on the day the Galaxy play, because then we're about to take a fat ass L.
I'll make sure. And then I took a picture of Angel talking to Asian. He's like pointing at him. I couldn't really hear what he was saying because Angel tends to talk really fucking fast when he's pissed. So he was just like, and then Alessandrini comes over. Yeah, and then Alessandrini comes over and he's talking just massive shit. And you need to get your fucking shit together. What the fuck? We're here, you know. And I was like, you know, but I could have just stood there and just fucking laughed. But I was like, I picked up my camera and I shot that because it's just like from one leader to another leader, like get your fucking shit together, kind of a thing.
That's the infamous bola de majes there.
Bola de majes.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, there's bola de majes night.
That's
Yeah.
Ballin reminding me of that right now. But yep, that's the infamous bola de majes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So listen, and then this, I didn't realize that was this recently, but we got into the first time I worked with you in some art direction ways was when we dropped the Angelinos jersey, the ACB jersey.
Mm-hmm.
It's super dope because I've been fortunate enough to kind of been involved on some shoots before, but your eye is stupid dope, right? Like your eye is stupid dope, and maybe it's because we're shooting something that we're both very passionate about, but I think that was a super dope fucking. Listen, the whole thing was crazy because we shot everything and we released everything within a week. We shot like in 3 days. And I told you what my vision was. You kind of shared your ideas for the vision, and you went on and shot this. Talk to me a little bit about like both the shot with Brian and teaming up with George in the video, and then like the shot you did with George and Stacy at the stadium. Like, talk to me a little bit about like that, because am I wrong by thinking that's your first product shoot that you've done?
And also let me know why you hate Masa, because you get pictures of me in the stands, you shoot George and Stacy in the stadium.
So shut
Where's
up.
the Masa love, dog? What the fuck?
Masa's all the way in the last row like this.
He never shows up too, so
shut up, dog. Wear your chanclas, fool.
No. Back at it.
But that was my first product shot, a shoot. But it was, to this day, it's easily one of my favorite ones, just because for the first time you have it was so organic. You have Woody, who was the director, you have Brian as a model, you have George as a videographer, and then myself as a photographer. Like it was more organic than the farmer's market, bro. Like you can't get any more organic than that. Like everything was just like, from talking to the locations, these are the type of shoots we need, this is the design, these, like, we have our models, our equipment, our location.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like, hey, go shoot over there, hey, go over there, kind of a thing. It was just us. And it was great how we were able just to brainstorm at the very moment and be like, hey, let's do this, let's do that. Yeah. And this is the view I want to get, this is the site I want to get. And a lot of people don't know that when we think that we do shoots or videos, like, it's just spontaneous. Like sometimes there's a lot of planning that has to go between it. Like a lot of people don't realize that, like when George is walking up that hill, and then Brian's coming up, George is actually on a skateboard.
Yeah.
When Brian's walking up the stairs to go into the train station, he's on a skateboard and I'm pulling George from the back to make it look
sick.
Because, and it's just like, we had to like think quick. Here's lighting, here's this.
We have no equipment at that point, right? So like everything, like there's no rail, it's a skateboard. Like it's super dope.
Yeah.
And just I'm sorry to interrupt you, but just I want to bring this up. That shot of Be Nasty coming up and George coming down, that's a steep ass hill, bro. Like I was so nervous because I was like, yo, this is fucking, like, if he forgets that he's this hill, like he's gonna end up in downtown LA. Like that shit was so stupid. I was like, yo, like my man's gonna die. Like I didn't know if I should be directing it or like being the safeguard at the bottom and trying to make sure like he bounces off of me when he gets there or something like that. That shit was wild. But like you were saying, super.
Yeah. And I think George is like crossfaded too, like so like he's going on the fucking down the hill, and I was just like, yo, and I would like pull him back or like, hey, like you're too far, bro. But and then we got the 121 on the jersey, we got the Angelino's chest, right in that tunnel on Slauson Bridge, like by the Slauson Bridge. And like I said, it was one of my favorite ones because it was just like, it's something that we created. Angel made the mistake of putting that design on a chat full of like 30 fools. Help me pick the design. And it went all to shit. Because then Angel started getting mad. He's like, you don't like my design? So then come up with one. So then I was just like, I'm just gonna sit here.
You
were
muted
like
yourself
that.
again. You muted
You're
yourself again.
muted, by the way.
Fuck you, fuck
No,
you,
no.
fuck you. That was not
Nah,
my
God
design.
muted him. God muted him. God
That
muted
was-
him. Is
I was
like, yo, nope. Nah, dog, not
Fuck
today.
you. That was Brian's design. So
Oh,
fuck
man.
off.
Yo, man.
No,
All
no,
right,
no.
hey,
Okay,
listen,
no,
listen.
okay. Ryan's design, but Angel was like,
Yeah,
hey,
like,
help
all
me
right,
out.
because
Like,
everyone
help us
voted.
out.
Yeah, everyone voted. Brian's design. All right, we're doing it. Ooh, make some modifications. Nah, fuck you. We're just gonna do it. Go.
Yo, and then it gets dropped, and I'm getting a little myself, but then it gets dropped, and as soon as it gets dropped, like there's no talking about like it should have been this. I'm like, fuck you guys. Like there's like literally like a month and a half of fucking working on the design with like 30 people. Like so, yeah, you're 100%
And
right.
and it was a beautiful design, like the cursive, the details in there. So then I remembered in 2016 when Donovan came back, he had there was that locker room shot where it says the 26 and it says Donovan, and he pulls up shirtless and he puts on the jersey, and I said I want to recreate that, but photo wise. I forgot the individual's name who did that video, but he's not with the Galaxy anymore. So I hit up CT, which is Chris Thomas. He works for the Galaxy, and I remember like it had to happen that very moment. This was like 2 p.m.
Yeah.
and this shit had to happen like at 5 p.m. And I was going crazy. Like, I need someone. I have a large jersey. And then I remember hitting you guys up in the chat. I'm like, yo, I need a model who's available to go to the stadium at 5 p.m. Like, and with a family too, if possible. So it was between George or Jesse. You know, unfortunately, I had to turn Jesse down. And so it's just like, George is all cool, like, come
Love you,
through.
Jesse.
He brought, yeah, I love you too, Jesse. He brought the baby. He brought Stacey. And then we were like, okay, cool. Like, we went into the locker room, and then the empty locker room we used was actually Boateng's. Fun fact.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah, it was.
yeah, there was a
Ireland!
there was a UCB sticker there. And there was like, it was cool to see like everyone's locker rooms, but it was just like, as mesmerized as I was just like, hey, I gotta get to work. We gotta get this done ASAP, because I felt like I was taking CT's time, even though he reminded me I wasn't.
That fool was so sick.
Hey George,
He's amazing.
before you continue the story, how that jersey fit?
Dog. So we needed to find something in between me and Jesse.
Yeah.
The person in between us two and sizes would have fit that shit perfectly. That shit reached up to my knees. You can't see it because Nelson shot that shit beautifully. He shot it beautifully to the point where I'm putting on the jersey, like it cuts off. Even the pictures which is Stacy, when me and Stacy are sitting down, I have it tucked behind me, so you can't see it.
Yeah,
but that jersey was fucking huge.
Yeah,
huge.
man. Listen, credit to both of you or whoever who had the ingenious idea of doing that, because the jerseys, you know, they have good fit if you get your right size. If you get it too big, it's gonna look big, right? But you made it look like it was fitting for you, right? Like, so whoever did that, like, shout out to you guys, because I figured like, you know, when I'm editing to go up on Instagram with those designs, like, I didn't know that, right? Like, I heard about that afterwards, and I was like, "Oh no, shit!" Like, I didn't even know. So yeah, that was cool.
It was a fun like 45-minute shoot.
Mhm.
I was very concerned about the sun because I still wanted to get like the Stacy and George like walking in the stadium or sitting down. So I was very concerned with the light. You know, we did it quick. And I almost told George, like, just do it like the Girls Gone Wild, where they put it in here. You know, at that, might as well at that point, you know.
Tucked in or tucked out?
Yeah, tucked in. Yeah. And I remember the video, fun fact, the video we did was actually shot with an iPhone 10.
Mm-hmm.
It was a stabilizer I had, a little quick phone stabilizer.
Fuck that stabilizer.
And I was like, yeah, fuck that shit. I sold it. And it was like this. And it's like, ready, go. And we did like at least 4 or 5 takes. And we were like, that's it. We gotta get the fuck out of here. Let's go outside. You know, we did that shoot. I sent them to you, Rudy. You loved them. And then I had this good idea of like, we went out to the field. I'm not sure if you guys seen that video. But we put a bunch of jerseys, Galaxy jerseys, and then we put Angelinos over in the middle. And I did an aerial shot to shoot Angelinos. Not saying that ACB is above Galaxy, obviously, but you know, just a surrounding jersey.
It's who we are, though. It's who we are. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
You know,
I remember talking to you about that thought process, and you're just like, let's get all the white ones together and kind of mesh it together. And I remember you saying this, like, all of these concepts come into one on this one, and that's what we are. Like, all of these, I remember you like to your point where Rudy's like that artistic guy. I was like, fuck, when I heard that, I was like, yo,
Yeah.
I would have never thought of
Yeah.
that shit. And the fact that my man thought about that and put it out together, I was like, I get it. So for him to say that and for me to get it, someone that's never been behind a camera or anything like that, it comes to show you.
Yeah, man.
And it's just
Sorry.
it shows obviously ACB is in the middle, just like so the galaxy is the surrounding, and then ACB is in the middle.
It's the heartbeat.
It's the heartbeat, and that's when I told George.
Listen, if that Colorado game didn't make people in that stadium realize that we were the heartbeat, then I don't know what to tell you. But there's a reason why important people, right, that were there noticed that, yo, that is the heartbeat. And since that day forward, it's been very supporter centric, which was something that was missing for a long time ago. So you're well in the right with what you did there. I'm 100% agree.
Yeah, man. And just going back to praising Nelson a little bit, right? That's been a constant with me and him, right? Like we talk, like a lot of the things that we put out for ACB comes out of Nelson's film, not film, out of his lens because he shoots digital. But it's super easy to work with, right? Because I tell him, hey, try to get this shot, or I'm looking for this so I could run with this promotion or whatever it is that we're doing. And my man gets it. Like there's not a lot of direction I have to give him. I just kind of give him an idea, and he runs with it. He gets it. He understands. He understands the culture. The biggest thing for me is that he understands the culture of ACB, and he can capture that with his lens. And I think that is super dope. Like to have you as part of one, to have you as one of us is like it's super dope because like
you
get it. Because you get it.
And I think having someone that understands the culture and be behind the lens, it's not all about shits and giggles. You gotta know these people. You gotta know that a corner kick, the flags are gonna go up. When we take a seat, we're gonna, we sit down, we're gonna stand right back up. A lot of people don't know that Glenn has a 121 tattoo on his leg, but I know that. So when he wears shorts, I make sure I capture that. Little things like that, like that Kobe retros jersey.
Yeah.
The Galaxy posted it, and I took that picture. Nobody else would take that picture because it's not Galaxy related, but to us it is, because retros has been such an important part of our culture, and being with us, especially being Salvadoran myself. I was like, we gotta promote this. We gotta show.
Vamos, bicho, cerote, vení para acá.
Pues sí, pues, bicho, sí, pues, bicho.
Está ayuda la cosa, ¿va?
Ajá, mira. Fíjate.
All right, oh man, go on. You fucked up though, but go on.
Hey, we have Tourette's for that word, huh, Salvi?
Hey, chill, bitch. It's my people. Relax.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Fuck.
But and just to be able to display that, I think, and even now with the shoots that I'm doing.
All right, before we hop in there,
I know we got a timeline. So
no. It's all good. I just want to ask you about that, right?
Yeah, go for it.
Timeline, the fuck?
You go from shooting randomly at that Colorado game, right? And you make an impact. Seeing those visuals kind of also represented what happened that night, right? So you have an impact. You're documenting us properly there. You take that role more officially, and then like for a couple of years now, or 3 years, however long it's been, you've been like the ACB photographer, right? Who's really capturing a lot of what we're doing and really making sure that we come out in the right lens. And I don't mean that physical lens, is just in the right way. That leads you into now working with the Galaxy.
The Galaxy.
Like and in an official way. Like I know for a long time, like it was like, hey, do I have a pass this week? Can I get on the field this week? Right? Like that was the dance we had, right? Like we didn't know if you had a pass for you every week to get on the field. But you're at a point now. Go for it. I'm sorry.
It got to the point where it was like, am I going to shoot today or am I not going to shoot today? And it got to the point where struggling, entering the stadium. Where are you for? Why are you here for? I'm with ACB. I don't know who that is. I know you don't. Clearly you don't. Let me shoot. Being on the field, you can't stand here. I'm taking pictures of fans, not the players. I don't care. You can't stand here. And can you call someone to tell them that I'm okay here? It was just a constant struggle of not letting me do my work. And it's like people don't realize that like I have a commitment that I have to do every single game, and you're not letting me do my work. It's getting in the way of showing this. But then now, like you piggyback off what you're saying. Now I'm official. I'm on
Hope official as fuck. Let's go.
Hope official. Robert Moore would Robert Moore, who is by all means is the best sports photographer in MLS now, just because of the history and with the things he knows and the team he's built, the team he has, and the photographers and the videographer he has are absolutely amazing. And the way he's able to articulate that and facilitate like, hey, go do this, hey, could do that, we're gonna do this, give plans. It's just a lot of people see Robert and other photographers and videographers. When you see them, they come in with their blue vest and they're just taking their thing. But a lot of people don't know, like behind that, it's just so much planning. Hey, you're gonna go do this, you're gonna do that, you do this. This is the preset and the effect that we're gonna give to the videos. This is what we need to do. Just because, like for example, a lot of people don't know if they're catching Sebastian coming down the wing. You want to catch him by himself. Why? Because in the future, when it's his birthday, you're gonna cut it out and you're gonna use him. Happy birthday, Sebastian! Like, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's a lot of planning. It's a lot of things like that. Just a little behind the scenes.
Let's pause there for a second, because Robert Moore is one of the photographers that I really enjoy. Obviously, he shoots the Galaxy, so you know what I mean. Like I'm all about it. But I really do like his eye, right? Like he has really dope eye. If you're asking me, talk to me about working with him. Like what's that like? What have you learned from him? Because I have to assume that he's one of the guys you looked up for coming up, especially because you're Galaxy centric, right? So like talk to me a little bit about working with him and what he's taught you and what you're taking from him.
I think I've always said it. Robert is just he's a great photographer, but even amazing human being. When he called me in January and he talked to me about like officially adding me to the team, he didn't say like, hey, you know what, I need you on my team. He first talked about my vision and his vision and how we both have the same vision to be able to show the loyalty and the passion behind all these fans. He's like, you have that eye, and just like some of us do. So it'll be great to bring you in and you display this. And I think just working with him is just absolutely amazing. You see things differently than before. He's very symmetrical. He likes things being symmetrical, like the Adrian shoot at the observatory. It's right on the line. That's his thing. He sees things other people don't. And I think if you spend just one game watching what he does, the movements, laying on the ground, placements, it's just good. Like he placed that one camera on the box where he caught Gio. I'm not sure if you guys saw that in the top 25 pictures he had. Oh. Like this is genius. Little things like that. But I think it's just been great because he's not very demanding. He's not like, I need 20 pictures. He's not like the guy from Spider-Man. Fucking,
I know what talking about.
Like, hey,
you're not working for Daily Bugle? You're not working for Daily Bugle?
Jameson. Yeah, Jameson. He's very like, hey, if you don't get any shots tonight, it's okay. It happens. It's all good. We'll get it next time. He's very like that. He's very, very communicative. He's just an overall great guy. And I think he's taught me to be true to myself. Like, be realistic, bro. Like, don't force yourself to learn something, or don't force yourself to do something you don't like. Like, do what you like and do it good. Know your job, do a good job at it, and that's it. And I think that's where this whole me shooting Galaxy and Hood stuff, me shooting Galaxy and the real LA emerged. That's where it all started. Like, I'm gonna take what he said and turn in my thing. There's a lot of people like your guys' selves, like with this podcast, who have reached the creative and don't know how to move forward with it sometimes. And that's how I was stuck with shooting portraits. I was stuck with shooting lights and cars in downtown LA at 3 a.m. And then I finally found something that I can relate so well to, and that so many other supporters can relate so well to as well.
Yeah. So let's talk about that, right? Because we have you mentioned it. Some of the last shots are not shots that I would imagine LA Galaxy to post, right? There's a shot with the Cholo and the Lolo bike, super dope, and there's just the most recent one. My man has a big ass C tattoo on him. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, for me, those are the shots I want to see, right? I love those shots. Those are fucking dope. Surprised the fuck out of me to see him on the LA Galaxy Twitter, on the LA Galaxy social. Like, that's something that, again, Angel spoke about it just a little bit ago, how the club has taken a supporter first type of stance. Even with that said, I never envisioned seeing those shots out there. Talk to me about one, like how do you like is it Mora that gives you that creative freedom? Is it you that take them and then present it to them? Like, how do those come about? Talk to me about the model position. Talk to me about like the surrounding. Talk to me about the whole thing. I want to know more about this.
Pretty much, Maura has always told me like I mentioned earlier, do yourself, be creative, just have fun doing it. Like, just shoot what you want to shoot. At the end of the day, like, if it makes you happy, go for it. You know, just do your thing. And I gotta give a massive, massive, massive shout out to, I know he's listening to right now, to Adam Serrano. He's just given me this foundation, and he's like, I see what you're doing. I like it. Let's promote it. And at first to hear like, you want to promote a gangster on a lowrider looking like he's gonna kill you with a pen? Like, that's what you want to promote? And he's like, yeah, that's what I want to. That's what we want to promote. We want to promote this side of LA. We want to do this side of LA. He did. He had a huge impact in the Chicharito video. You know, I love that video because it shows LA. It shows La Tiendita. It shows the jerseys, the kids running
Mexican
around.
culture in LA. Yeah, I like it.
It's culture. It's our culture. So moving forward with that, it's a lot of planning. Where the location has to be right, the person has to be right. You know, it has to be a Galaxy fan or at least enjoy soccer and whatnot. But to start off, like I've done shoots like outside of a liquor store with a mural. I've done shoots inside the liquor store. You know, we asked the lady, "Hey, can we shoot? Yeah, what's this for?" I'm like, "Look, it's something, a project that I'm working on with Galaxy. If you don't feel comfortable with this, we'll leave." Like, no, it's cool. As soon as they hear like it's soccer related and like hood stuff, they love it. And that's their thing. Like, they love that shit so much. They're like, "Oh yeah, let's go for it. Let's do that." I'm like, "Great, let's fucking do it." And then just I would always ask you guys like, "Hey, do you guys know someone that has a lowrider?"
Yeah.
You know, it's very organic. Like, let me use my connections. Let me use my people. And at the end of the day, if I need help, I'll reach out to Galaxy, to F4, whoever you guys want to label them as. So, you know, I remember a guy hit me up, was like, "Hey, I have a cousin." I'm like, "Oh, really?" He sends me a picture. Now, this guy looks like he can kill me with a pencil. So I was like, perfect. He sends me a picture.
I'm gonna get Cisco, dog. I've been trying to promote Cisco. My cousin Cisco, I got you, dog. Hell yeah, Cisco's gonna be the shit.
Definitely.
That's funny.
This guy's like, he's like the two artists who's been in the Pinta, and he does tattoos off his garage, and he has a big LA tatted on his forehead, on his
top of his head,
on his head. And I'm like, let's do this. Let's run it. And I think like 3 days later, we did the shot. And a little backstory between that, like I think I mentioned in the other pod, but like he was in between tattoo sessions when we did that photo shoot. That photo shoot was like 16 minutes long. We're like, stand right here, put the jersey on, and just real like LA vibes with the cars double park with the palm trees in the back, and just straight up South Central, you know, Florence area, etc. And when we did that, it was just like, yo, when I saw that picture, the one that got posted first, I was like, whoa. And then seeing that on the Galaxy feed, I said like, hey, this is our culture. One, it pissed off a lot of people. Two, a lot of people said it pissed off a lot of people. And two, a lot of people didn't like the people. See, this is what pisses me off. I don't let things get to me, but people who piss me off is they say, "Oh, the Galaxy are going this image." It's not an image; it's a culture. An image is getting a fucking celebrity to go to a level game. That's an image. That's not culture at all. What we're trying to promote, what we're trying to do is their culture, and for our Molinos to stay true to our passion and to why we support culture, especially our soccer culture here in LA. So it pissed off a lot of people. You know, I got feedback like, hey, a lot of people didn't like it because it's not.
Before you go into that, I do want to ask you about that, right? Like personally, how are you? Because I know you have to have a lot of people hitting you up saying this is really fucking dope work, right? I know you have that, right? Because I mean, I personally done it. Like I know there's a thing. But talk to me about how you dealing with some of the negative feedback, because I know you have to have it. I know there's just a bunch of dickheads that will say dumb shit. So like, how you dealing with that?
Honestly, the first thing is simply I don't go fuck. Like this
that works.
That works. This is us. This is what we do. I don't give a fuck if it doesn't fit your norm and whatnot. You dissing what I'm doing and what we're trying to do is dissing soccer culture in Los Angeles. So whatever it is that you think that it's shits and giggles and, you know, if you follow all the other pages and they don't do these kind of things, or you feel like we're trying to fit this image that we're obviously not, I don't care. Sometimes I read comments on the Galaxy when they post it, and I reply to them. There was this guy who said like, "Oh, you're trying to copy the other LA team." What? You've been doing it for 2 years now? Because you've been what? Like, what are they copying? They're, And I commented. He commented, "I'm not dissing on your photo stuff. It's beautiful, but I think it looked better with a darker shirt." And I said, "You can find those hipsters outside of me, but like, we're good at least." So it's like someone commented. Yeah, go ahead.
Nelson, question to you. It came out
Yeah.
of nowhere. Do you think the Galaxy would have allowed that culture to be represented how it is prior, say 3 years ago? I don't even want to say a name. 3-4 years ago. Do you think this lens that you have would have been accepted from the Galaxy to represent our culture? Because I don't want to see it. I don't want to say an image because you already went what an image is. Do you think that our culture would have been represented 3 or 4 years ago? And what took it for it to be represented now?
I think it was. It was always there, but like with all things, when you want to go different culture or different look, you want to do it the right way. And if you do it the right way, you're gonna piss off a lot of people. So I think it was just a matter of, like Serrano helping me out a lot. Like, he's got a good vision. Let's push this. And it's like I think like, hey, look, let's do it. My models, my locations, my lens, like my equipment, it's all good. Like if you guys can hook me up with a jersey so I can put it on these models, cool. But aside from that, like I think it had to be the right way, because if it was just not dissing any of the photographers or videographers there, but it's like it's kind of hard for them to go out there and try to take these shoots. Can they do it? Absolutely. They shoot the most beautiful pictures I've ever seen in my life. But it's hard to get those connections when you're doing that. Like it's kind of hard to expect something from them when they've never been exposed to it.
Well, listen, two things, right? One, I've been on record saying that Galaxy is reacting a lot, right? So I think that's that. But I also think it's a perfect time, right? Because we have brands like Moving Silence and 1-2 Threads who are also like really pushing the culture and exposing everybody else to the culture that's already there, right? And you like I fuck with that and I segue into this. Now you got a new fucking thing going on. So we already know you shoot dope. But now you collabing 1-2 Threads with a really fucking sick shirt that you're wearing right now.
Yo, hold on. Everyone, show us your shirt. Show us the shirt. Rudy, let me see it.
Oh, this one?
No. Nelson's 1-2 Thread shirt.
Oh, that one. It's
coming, let me see it.
It's coming with my
Angel.
my
let me see it. Ask
He's
me,
just
y'all.
listening on you guys because he has it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, word.
Ask me, y'all.
Oh, word. Okay. This episode's not even going out now, Nelson. Just so you know, though.
It's because unfortunately they don't make size for fitted people. They only make fat size, which is why you get one, George.
Wow. Oh hell yeah!
Wow. All right, but let's go back to it. You're in a collab. Well, shirts are out there. Like you're rocking it. George is rocking it. You're rocking it. You're out there with a collab with I feel one of the dopest fucking brands out right now, especially for
easily.
Right, like they're dropping dope shit, and your shirt is not, it's up to par with everything else that they're doing. Talk to me about how that collab happens. Talk to me about what are you feeling. Talk to me about like the thought behind it. Just break it down for me, because you there's a Nelson X 1-2 Thread shirt out in the wild right now.
I think a while back I sent out a DM when I heard about 1-2 Threads, and I sent out a DM and I said like, hey, like I like your stuff. I'm like, can I shoot some of your stuff? Like, once I did the Angelinos thing, I was like, maybe I could do something else, and that game actually gave me the push. The Angelinos thing, I was like,
I can shoot.
And I told them like I'm not gonna charge you, just let's collab. Like let me help you, and I'll shoot your stuff, and I get practice, on it. And I believe Jamie. I believe I spoke to Jamie, because Jamie and Julio and Jamie like yeah. And then I remember the next game, I met them at the tailgate, and they're like, oh, here's 2 shirts. Like you can take pictures on them. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. And then that's how it started. And then from there on, like, like, hey, I have this new shirt coming out. Can you take pictures of this? Yeah. When I'm taking pictures in the games, I'm like, for someone who's wearing a 1-2 Thread shirt, I take a picture. I'm like, hey, dude, look at this. Like, you can promote it. You can use it wherever you want.
You also did all other stationaries, right? Like the stuff they have in their in their tents and where they set up, like all the imagery from there. Like you also shot that as well, right?
Yeah, yeah, he was like the loyalty of a trench shirt. He's like, hey, can you can you shoot this? I'm like, yeah, we'll shoot it. And I got my friend Josie, my old high school friend. He's got a good look, rugged beard. I was like, we go out there. We went to downtown LA, and then we went to some museums around there, and we just I like the look. So we took pictures, and I sent it to him. He's like, oh, these are dope. I'm like, yeah, thanks, man. And then the next game, or it was, I think, I forgot what it was, but you guys did a live pod and Chris Klein was in there.
Yep.
For the open house.
And yeah, open house. And then there was these big banners with my pictures on them, like promoting the shirts. And I'm like, oh shit, like this is fucking dope. Like you guys just did that. Like, yeah. He's like, hope you don't mind. He's like, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Like this is fucking dope. And then they asked me for the Jonah picture, this one, and to use it to promote. And I was like, you guys are more than welcome.
This Jonah picture is one of my favorite pictures ever. Just because make it personal about me. After this is a penalty, he scores the penalty, celebrates with us. He goes like this, and then me and him have like a sick ass dab handshake. That stupid ass Nelson dumbass fucking photographer bitch didn't take a picture of me dabbing at Jonah. That could have been one of the dopest pictures ever. After Jonah's quarantine thing, I would have posted up a picture of me and Jonah. Fuck.
All right.
But hey, that picture is synonymous with you. Yeah. My point of getting to that was like, I see that picture and I think Nelson. Like that picture just so there's a lot of pictures. There's a lot of pictures that I have or that just I see and it's just I know that I already just they're just you're coming to a light or you're coming to a spot where I'm sure a lot of sees it, but like that's a Nelson picture. Like I could see that.
Like is Jonah sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead with the Jonah.
So is Jonah in the picture, but before I think of Jonah, like I think of Nelson just because like I know that's a shot. Like that's that's a shot. You know what I mean? That I paid for and never got. But all right. Talk to me.
I think I got it, Rudy. I think I got it. I think I got him in the envelope. My bad.
Talk to me. When is the shirt dropping? Where could they cop it? How much is it? What are we doing? Talk to me.
The jersey. The shirt dropped today.
Oh, so it's out. It's out right now.
It's out. It's on 12threads.com. The easiest way to find it is going on Instagram. It's going on their Instagram and finding it. In the first 40, I think I had texted Jamie earlier. I think we're at 25 orders. Nice. So the first 40 actually get a 4x6 of the same picture. And random people. I made these magnets of the pictures, and I'm just gonna randomly just put them in orders. We did the 4x6, and I actually think he's gonna do it till Sunday.
Nice.
So this Sunday, anybody who orders, we're gonna put in Sunday. 4x6 pictures.
So 12threads.com or on their IG and follow that. Show the homie some love because he's always showing us love. He's always showing. I mean, listen, if I go through my feed,
y'all love. I have to get my own prints myself at Walgreens because I never got shit.
Listen, if I go through my feed of friends, right, on any one of my social media platforms, like a lot, I have countless of people who have your photos as their their profile picture. So, he shoots them. He puts it. Listen, you're one of the few photographers that batch uploads all your photos up to like Facebook, so people could just use them at will, right? Like no credit due, nothing. So like he gives us his quality work. Back the homie up and cop a shirt because listen, they're fire. I think because I haven't I don't have one. But I think they're fire. They look fire.
Hey, Rudy, they're fire.
They're fire.
I got mine on. Yeah. I got mine on.
There you go.
Fire.
Jay and the 57 said they're fire, so I believe it. I don't have one.
No,
just he said they're fire.
We'll get you guys.
I'll fuck with you. No, it's all better.
No. Seriously, we'll get you guys all shirts and we'll get you guys some prints. I got you guys.
Let's not pay for it, so I hope I do get it.
Make sure Masa gets one, pobrecito.
I know.
Just make sure Masa gets one. Like, don't even worry about me. Just get Masa something, dog, because I feel so bad for Masa.
That's Masa's fault. Fuck Masa. Nope, that's Masa's fault.
I mean, it's his fault. And I straight up told him, and he'll tell you, I told him, that's your fault. You're a dumbass. But after I was mean to him, I felt kind of bad. Like, damn.
All right, Nelson. Again, thank you so much for fucking coming through. Like, we always love having you on. We did ask for questions, so hopefully you got some questions for you. George, do you have those? Do you have questions?
We do got questions, and also on top of that, anyone who asked the question towards Nelson is in the running for this beauty right here.
Word? Question. Question.
No, I gotta send it in.
Question.
No, I won it already. It's signed by Nelson in the back, and I'm gonna hold this shit up to the camera. I want you guys to see this fucking quality. This shit is beautiful. dog, I really wish I could win this shit. And I'm gonna Stacy asked like 7 questions, so she's all the 7 entries are in that motherfucker. But
let's get to it. Let's get to the fucking some questions.
all right, let's go. So we're going with Instagram first and all the Nelson questions. So Nelson, these are all gonna be for you. What makes this club special to you? From Antoine the Great. You have a lot of questions, so don't give us an Angel answer. Give us a in between Rudy and George answer. So somewhere in there.
It was the club my dad first found love with outside of El Salvador. He's Aguila. He's from San Miguel. So when he found out the Cien, Campos, and all those people were Galaxy, Kobe Jones, he showed us like, hey, this is your team. Like you gotta love something in life. You know, you gotta follow something in life the whole time.
Let's be honest, it was the 100 Fires thing. It was the Cienfuegos thing.
Yeah,
it's gotta be that. Yeah, because that's the only reason my dad even went to the game. It wasn't even for anyone else.
Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, sure. he was
Coach. I think I asked that question for Nelson, not for Angel, but all right. Burn 121 wants to know, any game, any stadium, what would be a dream game to shoot at?
Oh, definitely Boca Juniors. It was just, I mean,
damn, Pavon, fuck you too then.
I think shooting there or Estadio Azteca.
Yeah.
You know, something with great light, show those fans and whatnot.
Angel, dog.
Question, and Nelson, for someone that doesn't know, can you go to these stadiums and be like, oh, I shoot for the Galaxy, can I get a media pass for the game? Or do you know that by any chance?
No, you have to submit a request, I think 48 hours or 72 hours in advance, and you have to, what's your media outlet? And you know, who's ever doing
straight from the stands.
Straight from the stands.
We
got
you.
She was an evil, but we got you. You got you, baby. Don't even shit.
Yeah. And then we just, that's how Galaxy works. I'm not sure about other clubs. I'm sure they have their own guidelines or regulations, but it usually like that. They want to ask what media outlet it is, and then, yeah.
For sure. It's White Mike wants to know, out of every pick you've ever taken, G's, V Block, and outside of work, what is your favorite?
Choosing the children,
okay.
right?
Yeah, no, it's okay to say mine.
This is in the section, it's the kiddos with their family. It's always great to see that. The Jonah one as a player. Also the Pavon one in Houston. And then outside of that, I would say the lowrider one. I think it just emerged a different culture with Galaxy. And it was just like, oh shit, this is the team that we're following now. So they made that spin, and it allowed us to now. It's an opening to like, okay, you guys, let's keep doing that. Let's keep doing more of that work.
Sure. Yeah. 11:30. Justin wants to know, is there a certain player or things you like to take pictures of at the games?
Zlatan. I used to love taking pictures of Zlatan because he's a very emotional player. If you can, there's a lot of. It's funny. I was going through my Lightroom photo album. I have like 4,000 pictures in there, and there's easily 20 to 25 pictures of Zlatan with his hands like this, or pointing up, saying like, "Put the ball higher." And trust me when I say this, when you're down there, you hear so much shit. You hear Zlatan talking so much shit. You hear Bingham's cursing.
Chill, Jet's listening to us. I don't want to say that.
You hear so much shit. In fact, AJ posted that picture of him and Zlatan when he's pointing out his 3 fingers. I can confirm. He says, "I had 3 MLS Cups with this team. What do you have?" So I heard all that stuff because I was the one who took that picture.
That's so sick.
I was couldn't stop laughing because AJ's like this and Zlatan's like this. And Zlatan kept going. Because ever since he did that penalty, he was just bothering him all fucking game.
That's so sick.
To see. It was dope.
All right. Emmanuel H wants to know, what's the most challenging part of doing this?
I think just getting the right shot. There's so many times where I just sat there and just, you know, you want it to be organic. I rarely tell someone like, wave the flag or do something. Mm-hmm. You want to catch it in the moment. You want to catch people going like this. You want people catch waving the flag. But I think the most complicated part would be getting the flag to be flat in the air. Because sometimes we see a curve, we see it, you know. So just getting it flat, I think that would be the hardest because you have to have a fast shutter speed. People get in the way and whatnot. But I mean, some people are probably not even expecting that answer. They're probably thinking connections, this and that. Like, there's no excuse not to be creative. I have so many resources. I can text someone right now. So I need this lens. Can you get that for me? And they'll do it. It's not hard. Build up your connections. But I think that's probably the hardest thing. And don't forget
That's
your
it.
batteries because that's happened to me before.
Damn. Alex829 wants to know which one player that played for the G's you would still want to photograph. So any player.
It has to be either Cienfuegos or Kobe Jones. Kobe Jones is obviously he was with the G's till 2007. Cienfuegos because of my dad. You know, if I were to be able to shoot Cienfuegos now, still playing, I would show that. I would show that picture to my dad, and the first thing he'd be like, he'll say, "Eh." So it's just like it's just so much culture around that individual.
That's so sick.
But I would definitely would like to take pictures of him one day.
Cool.
Who knows?
YNR Boat wants to know what's been your favorite thing to shoot.
That's my boy Adrian. I think lifestyle shoots. I think just being able to, you know, hit up these people and like, hey, I want to take pictures of you. And they're like, what the fuck? Why me? Like, I don't look like a model. I'm like, no, but you're part of a culture. You're a Galaxy fan. I want to take pictures of you. I think building up the connections. I recently did that shoot with Natalie and Herrick. I'm sure you guys saw Natalie. She was like kneeling down with the Virgin Mary behind her.
That's the one with the
You know,
G's
I saw
too as well, right?
Yeah, I saw that mural I was driving. That's on Lorena Street. Lorena and Olympic, I believe, something was around there. And I saw that and I stopped and I took a screenshot of my phone because it was on the maps. So I took a screenshot of that and I went back, analyzed it, and then I hit up Natalie and Herrick and I was like, hey, I want to do this shit with you guys. And we're like, we're not models. And I'm like, no, you're not, but you're Galaxy fans and you guys have a connection to this club and to this product. Herrick was actually the model I shot with the Cienfuegos with the Galaxy Artfire. And then Natalie, I shot her on the jersey. Those shots haven't still came out yet, except for the mural, the mural, with the Mexican vibes and the Hispanic vibes, and then with this shirt. There's still a couple more pictures with this shirt. Jamie and I are gonna drop them throughout the week. Building that connection, having people say like, "Oh shit, these are nice." Like, thank you for choosing me or thinking of me. I'm like, you know, that's the most important part, and I think that's my favorite part of just doing all of this.
Nice. Daisy wants to know what's your favorite away game.
A ver.
Yeah.
A ver.
Yeah.
Cuscatlán.
Seattle 2014 Juninho banger.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
I didn't go that one.
18-hour drive up there,
Yeah.
36-hour drive back because it was fucking snow on the road, and it was me, Chendo, Mingo, Sergio, my friend Javi, Robert, all in the fucking Honda Pilot. We got stuck in the elevator with my boy Willie. It was the fucking.
That's sick. That's so sick. Yo, we should have an away days story just on that. That could be amazing. All right.
Yeah.
Virgo ES 1984 wants to know, how were you inspired to be a photographer?
I had a conversation with Robert Moore in the Portland away game. We were at this like a hotel place, whatever club looking place, where we were just chilling and having drinks and whatnot. And I started talking to him, and he kind of like, oh shit, you're asking me photography questions right now, like not in a bad way, but as in like, oh shit, cool. And I told him like, look, man, I really admire your work. Like, not a lot of people don't realize like the amount of work that goes behind it. And he was like, oh, thanks, man. Like, whenever you need something, let me know. And I remember that same
Hey,
away
you think you
trip.
get him? You can ask him if he can come on the pod for us. Did we
Sure,
able to talk to him?
I'll let him know. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll ask him. I'm sure that guy has lots of memories from Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant with NBA.
Exactly. I want to. Yeah.
Bryant
That's like a 4 hour.
All right, keep going.
That's a 4 or
I'll
5
talk
hour.
about it.
Yeah. We talked offline.
Coming back, I flew with the players. I was next to Vom Stieg and Clementa. And I remember Mora, Chris Thomas, we're all the way in the back. The first thing Mora does is open up his laptop and start working, editing. And I saw that, I was like, what the fuck, bro? We got a 2 hour fight. Like, you know, people want to chill, but work. And I think that same attitude that, like, hey man, there's time to chill later. Let's get to work right now. And then, you know, he obviously has a responsibility to do, just like I do now. And it's something we need to do. And so that's where I got my inspiration from. And then just seeing people do their thing and at the stadium and whatnot.
Oh.
All right. Fernando LA Fern 323 wants to know thoughts on what the G's organization have done to keep season ticket members and fans interacted during this quarantine time.
I think just updating them like the MLS Cup, like every Monday. I think that was dope. I think bringing up memories and whatnot. And shout out to Galaxy History for doing that on our end. But then aside from that, like they're picking up on it, and I see that they're giving props to him and whatnot. But yeah, I think now even then, like now it's like, what can I do? And this is why I started doing these lifestyle shoots to keep everyone, up to something.
All right. Anna wants to know if you could do her a Beckham print. She wants you to do a Beckham print, only Beckham.
I actually took a picture of Beckham when at the home opener last year when he was talking.
Do you do quinceañeras?
That's a good picture. That's a good thing.
Yeah, because I'm trying to book you right quick for Aria's quinceañera. It's like 14 years from now, but I want to book that in advance because it sounds like the future holds all these great things for you. And I don't want you to forget us little people when you get up there right quick. So
yeah,
I need it in paper. I need it in writing because if you don't come through 14 years from now, I'm taking you to court.
I'll be there. I'm gonna be up on the DJ and be like, ¿Cuántos años cumple la quinceañera hoy?
All right. Eric Bermudez wants to know, will you make any more collabs after this one? This shit is fire. It's gonna be hard to follow one.
Ooh.
About shooting for straight from the stands, all of our pictures.
Chill, fool. Like I asked this fool. Never mind.
What did you just mad? Dog, this
I'm mad at Nelson, dog. Like, never mind. Everybody keep saying shit. I keep getting mad at Nelson, dog.
Why are you mad at Nelson?
I got an idea on Nelson that I want to reach out
to.
Nelson,
I have a beautiful shirt. I have some beautiful prints. Why are you mad at Nelson? We're at entity.
No, I'm having shirt wise, like a product wise. I don't have anything coming up soon. The thing with Jamie was amazing. Moving forward, I do have photo shoot wise. I have a photo shoot with Move in Silence. That's going to be in North Hollywood. I have a couple of photo shoots coming in with lowriders. Lowriders. I have a couple of things coming up with what else? Let's see.
Hola, usted cómo está vos? Ajá, sí, bien.
A bunch of people from I do have this collab with George, our videographer. He's pretty much next time we have a game day, he's gonna follow me from home, putting my stuff away in a bag.
I remember
driving with him, going to the stadium, following me, getting signed in, then shooting all the way through. And at the very end, George and I are gonna collab. We're gonna get his GoPro and put it at the top of my camera, and it's gonna record every time I look at my camera and like take pictures of people.
That's dope.
There's a lot of ideas. It's just a matter of planning them out and making sure that the best.
Want to get a chance to do it too?
Yeah. So that shot's gonna be like in 2025, done. So I can't wait for that shit. All right. Twitter. Glenn. Shout out Glenn. What up, Glenn?
Love Glenn.
Nelson, what's your version as a photographer for the G's? What do you want people to see through your lens?
I just want them to see that we're just more than a club. We're just more than 23 players. I want the history of the fans. I want them to see the tradition, to see the passion, to see that not everything. I mean, I'm not trying to sound like an asshole, but not everything is about the beach, Manhattan Beach. Angel grew up in South Central. Most of you guys did. I grew up in Southeast LA. There's a lot of Galaxy fans out here, and my job is to be able to display that, to show that. And then with these recent photo shoots, when the guy's turning up to LA and he has a SC South Central on his tattoo, I think it pissed off a lot of people, but a lot of people loved it. Yeah. And I care about the people who like it.
Wait, talk to me about that. You said it pissed people off. Like whom?
No.
For example,
you should be here when we have the conversation.
Don't leave.
Oh, shit.
Come back and listen to the pod.
I will. I listen to the pod. Yeah.
All right. Alondra wants to know from Twitter. Question for Nelson: have you ever had an unexpected or surprising experience while shooting a player?
Yeah, Sebastian hit me with a ball. I forgot. It was a Houston game. He smacked the camera, and then the camera smacked up and smacked me in the face. So there was that. Other than that,
did he come say anything to you like, "Damn, are you good?" Or you're like, "Are you get the fuck out of the way?" Or anything?
Was he mean about it? Because if he's mean about it, it's super hypocritical, huh?
No, it was in the middle of a game. I wasn't expecting any of that stuff. I mean, it comes with the territory and being there. You're expected to get hit, no matter what.
Nelson gets hit with balls in his face.
I don't know. That's kind of trash. I mean, there's that story of the Croatian, the dude that took the pictures of the Croatian players when they scored in the World Cup.
Yuri. Yeah, he's Salvadoran.
Oh shit, he is.
My friend Chris did a piece on him. It's on his website. Yeah, he's so
Flex on
annoying.
him though.
Oh
dog.
shit!
You
Shoot the
flex
link.
on
Yeah,
him,
shoot the
dog.
link. Shoot the link.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I sent him a message. I think like someone put like, well, what's your greatest inspiration? I said Robert Moore and Yuri. And then he replied, "Oh, thank you so very much." And I was like, "Oh shit!" So we started talking. We actually had like a full, good hour-long conversation talking about.
Hey, shoot that
photography
link.
and-
I want to read that. Yeah.
That's so sick.
definitely.
I didn't realize you Salvadoran. That's crazy.
Yeah, so then.
Right?
Yeah.
Nelson, that's
but,
all the questions that you got.
Yeah. Aside from that, I don't think there's any spontaneous things. I mean, there's times where I've fallen down and I've gotten kneed in the face. I've gotten elbowed. I've gotten drinks spilled on me. I've seen people do drugs in the stands. I've seen people do.
No, that would never
Yeah.
happen. That would never
Nope.
ever happen, Nelson.
In
It's never, that never
138,
happened.
No, no,
not in
That
Victoria
never
Block,
happened.
No,
138.
Victoria Block. It's never happened in
that
Victoria
never
Block.
happened. Never happened at all.
I'm just kidding. I'm just
George,
kidding.
And
It's
Nelson, I have a
probably from
question
the,
for
he
you.
probably sees it, but in the bougie seats on
Yeah,
behind the
yeah,
players
yeah.
and shit. That's where he
In the
sees it.
streets,
Huh?
yeah.
'Cause that's the
It's a
people with the
joke.
money that can afford those drugs. Yeah.
No,
George,
it's a joke. You
A
don't do
question
that
for you,
stuff.
real quick. Do you remember when you 3D'd me after the game?
Yeah, I fucked up my knee. I think it's still fucked up to that day. It was after a G2 game. We 3D'd with Masa. No, with Manny.
Yep.
And then I fucked up my knee. That was
George,
when I was like 16, bro.
do we have more questions or was that it?
For Nelson, that's it.
But we
For
do have
us,
more
we do
questions.
have questions.
All right, Nelson,
We do.
stick around. Give us your thought on the rest of the questions as well. All right, let's go
All
with
right,
let's go to the
All right, so the next questions. So a lot of them were summarized that we've already talked about. So just letting you guys know, I might not individually talk about them, but we did share our thoughts about MLS continuing in Florida. So we had a lot of those questions. But now, okay. Do you think MLS? What happens if when some states allow fans back in the stadiums while others don't? Do you
Bravo,
guys think
baby.
that's a possibility?
I don't think so. I think there has to be a
I think it has to be
unified thing, no?
clear cut.
Yeah, I think so as well. I think it has to be unified.
And also, following that, thoughts on cardboard fans cut out at the stadiums?
yeah,
Did you guys see Borussia Mönchengladbach over the weekend?
yeah, I got tagged on that. I got tagged on. I'm supposed to reply.
That's my team, dog.
So-
That's my
so-
Bundesliga team, dog.
So
Oh, well,
for
they
those who
fucking
don't
sorry
know-
as fuck. They lost 3-1 at home
Yeah,
with
chill,
cardboard
bitch.
fans.
King Kai,
Sorry
dog.
asses, dog.
King
Sorry
Well, that's
Kai,
why-
asses.
dog.
That's why Massa likes them, Doug.
Oh, you're
Alright,
right.
but
You're
yeah,
right.
We
yeah.
win some, we lose
Oh,
some.
and the stadium that had sex dolls?
Oh yeah, FC Tokyo, I think, or
Yeah.
FC Seoul, whatever, in Japan. They got hit with a fine though.
I don't know. I mean, I'll be down. Make me into a cardboard. I'll be down. You know what I mean? Like I'm cool with that.
All right. And individually from Glenn, he wants to know, first he wants to shout us out, saying amazing content thus far. But for each of you, if you could interview any one past year, past or present, who would it be? Rudy, let's start with you. Rudy.
Who would I want to interview? Who would I want to interview? Because listen, my first thought would be Pescadito, but I had the luck to have like a few conversations with him.
Taking
So-
shots with Pescadito.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, so I like, you know what I mean? Like he's a drunk and I get him, so I don't want to expose him. I don't want to expose him like that. You know what I mean? I don't want to expose him.
That's facts though.
Listen,
Pescadito's
Nah,
not coming on our podcast.
When I met him, because the first time I had like a real conversation with him, he was at the bar, and I came up to him and I was like, sí, aquí te tenía que encontrar, right? Like, so like that started conversation, but like again, like I think I wouldn't do him. I like Berhalter, dog, because I always thought like he reshaped that whole backline for us, like in that dynasty run, and his impact like was felt like even after he left. So I would love to have a conversation with him about his time with the Galaxy specifically.
Okay, Massa.
Raul.
Oh
That's
yeah,
right.
that'd be dope.
Oof.
That'd be dope. Not a player, but yeah, that'd be a dope as an interview actually.
That's Raul.
Angel.
He's a
thoughts
really
on-
cool guy too.
I'm sure we could get him. Actually,
Yeah.
now that I think about it,
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a real cool guy.
Angel?
this is no brainer for me. David Beckham.
No
It's
shit.
just yeah. And I get some people might be shocked, but from an interview perspective, there's just so many things that are going
Questions.
through my mind right now.
Yeah. see it.
that boom. I mean, from his time in England, from his personal things he had to deal out there, from banging a Spice Girl, to I mean, you name it. Like there's
marrying, bitch.
well, yeah, okay, but at the time it's just tell me what you want, and he was just like, give me what you want, what you really want, But but listen, there's just like from an interview perspective.
Yeah. I
right?
mean, even if
the
you
things
just
that that come to my mind, and it's just a lot. Like it's David Beckham we're talking about. And then the biggest thing to me is his decision to coming to the MLS when he decided to do so, and how he's seen it. It's just again, I don't even want to romanticize it about it, because then I'm gonna just have.
Wish I had it. Listen, it's funny because when you said it, I was like, really, and then I immediately started thinking about it. I'm like, actually, no. Like that's because just if we just focus on the Galaxy, like there's so much we ask, right? So
I mean, from his AC Milan thing to his beef with Lars to everything. I mean to the two actually the lost championship and the two wins, right? And there's just so much. Again,
I agree.
And then obviously post Galaxy MLS, where he's at now. Again, it's from an interview perspective. To me, there's just so much there.
I agree.
So much.
All right.
I think second would probably be Robbie Keane.
Okay. To me, my easy one would be Landon Donovan. And my one would be Nigel de Jong. I would like to hear his perspective on having that image of him, how he left the Galaxy, how he felt here, and also we've asked a lot of questions to the people we've interviewed. How would you feel if you were in the team now with Zlatan? How would that change? So I think that would have been interesting.
Masa?
No, so which Masa.
Raul. You said Raul.
You're right. I'm sorry.
What about you? So who would you want us to talk to? Like, if you could say, hey, these two people or this one person, who do you think would be dope for us based on what you heard of our?
I think it would be Kobe Jones, just because he's been there from the beginning, and he left like after we changed the logo, changed the jersey, all that stuff. But also Robbie Keane, I think he's just like a fucking animal. And Robbie Keane is the greatest player of MLS of all time. Don't fucking have me. You cannot change my mind. He's the king of MLS.
It's accurate.
Dope. All right, next question.
King of MLS.
All right. Next question would be from Tristan Lima. Do you think we will pay 15 to 20 million for Pavon, or do we negotiate either a loan or a cheaper transfer fee?
Pay it.
Well, this is back to what I was trying to say earlier, but we lost track. So we have a time frame to pay what we agreed to pay. If not, then we can match another team's offer. If there's another offer, and at the end of that, if nothing comes about, then we could lowball. Hopefully,
listen, this is just speculation. I haven't had conversation with anyone in the front office. I imagine that across the world, a lot of clubs are probably struggling right now financially because of the COVID situation.
Yep.
And maybe some may not be struggling, but they might not want to be, or they might not be willing right now to spend or splash any amount of money that's not, who knows, whatever. You get the point, right? I'm trying to get, like, they just don't want to splash money out. So I think, and again, I haven't talked to anyone from the Galaxy perspective, because from the things that I have heard, AEG is still good. Financially, we're still stable. So we can still go out and make those massive acquisitions if we're able to do so. However, given that situation, I think they're just playing it. Okay, let's see what happens at the end of the year. First of all, let's see if there's even going to be another transfer market. Second of all, let's see what that transfer market looks like in terms of what the transfers are, how much money is being spent, who's picking what players, who's going where, or what team. Who knows? Maybe Real Madrid might be in a pickle themselves, or what, Juventus might be in a big ass fucking issue, and they might have to offload some massive contracts. Maybe not necessarily Cristiano Ronaldo, but maybe Paulo Dybala. Right now, obviously, that's just at this stage in his career, Dybala probably going to go some other team that's willing to pay that. But you get the idea. Who knows what it's going to be?
Yep.
So I think we're in a position where we don't have to be like, no, we have to pay the 20 million right now. I think it's a blessing in disguise if you want to say, hey, let's see what happens. If we can get him on the low, fuck it.
I agree.
All right, that's it.
That's it. Dope. Nelson, again, thanks for hopping on. Again, I'm always backing your and all your work, and that
Your
goes
work is trash as fuck.
And that goes from all of us. I mean, I know Angel has to be a meanie, but he likes his shit. We all like your shit. But thanks for hopping on. And for everybody else, thanks for tuning in today. I know we hadn't been here for a while, but you guys have been fucking with us and with other pods, so I appreciate that. With that being said, it's another fucking episode of Straight from the Stands.
Can I plug something in?
Oh, of course. Just anything you want.
Anything you want.
Yeah. My website is up. There's no prints for sale right now. Give me like 2 more weeks. But if you go to my website, nelsonjpeg.com, it's going to ask you for a password, caps lock, SFTS, Straight from the Stands, and it'll allow you access to my website. And there's some pictures there that haven't even been out there yet. that
Nice.
nobody has yet. It's just
Let me
No,
go.
so
let me
you go
call
out
it
there.
before everyone
Again,
does
so
that.
it's Nelson. What is it? Say it again.
NelsonJPG.com.
And the password is
Straight from the stands. SFTS, all caps.
SFTS all caps. Let's go. That being said, it's another motherfucking episode of Straight from the Stance. I'm your boy Rudy on at I am Smarts on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram. I haven't done this in a while.
That was rough. Oh
It
shit.
was.
This is George J Undefeated 7. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter.
This is Angel. Follow me on Instagram at ADF3691.
Yo, these pictures are fire, dog.
Yeah, they're fucking sick. I'm looking at them
Peace,
now,
love,
dog.
and G's up, dog.
Peace, y'all. Have a good one, man.